GMTV. We're live. It's show 21B, otherwise known as 22.
It's my time and I'm coming out to play. Get on that beat, I wanna misbehave. Yeah, go, look at me, go, make me wanna fly all the time. Shining, I'm shining now, makes no difference if the world...
Hey, GMTV people, how you doing? Glad you could make it on the show tonight. It's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy week. So I'm having my drink of Diet Dr. Pepper. It's not even Diet Dr. Pepper. It's worse than that. It's 67 cents for 2 liters. Diet Dr. Thunder from Walmart. It's really smooth. Anyway, I'm going to bring on my good friend, Bill Noman. There he is. How you doing?
Dr. Thunder? Really?
Dr. Thunder. I swear to God, 67 cents at Walmart for 2 liters.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I read yesterday, the day before, there is a shortage of Dr. Pepper.
Not Dr. Thunder.
No, there's plenty of Dr. Thunder. There's enough of Dr. Thunder to create your own storm. But no, there's a shortage, and I have a theory. I have a theory that in the red states, once you've already gargled bleach and hydrochloroquine, you go for Dr. Pepper, and maybe that works. I don't know.
That's it. That's exactly it. No, I've heard there's shortages of all kinds of crazy stuff. And I see us escalating things with China. People don't realize we get all of our junk from China, all of it. Like, we could be offending them. We could be in a trade war. We could be getting, cozying up with Taiwan and all that stuff. But you know what? We get the Diet Dr. Thunder from China.
You're damn right you do. Well, I mean, not only that, but they're holding all the paper on our loans.
Absolutely. It's like they're the landlord and we're the tenant going, we hate you. You can't evict us. Or like, yeah, watch us.
I'm going to try that next month. I'm going to trade war with my landlord. I'm just going to see if that works.
Let me know how that goes. I got a spare bed here in the porch. You're welcome to come and stay.
Out there in the hinterland. Looks good out there.
Exactly. It's not bad out here. So I got thrown in Facebook jail yesterday. Did you hear about that?
Well, hell yeah, I heard about it.
Oh my God. Oh, you were the instigator, actually. Do you even know that?
Was it because I made a comment about how much I liked that meal?
Absolutely. And I realized I had not described it. So I was like, oh, Bill Noman likes my meal, and it's not bacon and eggs. It's not like last meal, a death row last meal. It's like, and it was really good, And so I was like, here's what's in it, and the vegetables and this and hot sauce, whatever. Facebook immediately wrote me that your comment is inappropriate and not aligned with community standard. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, I was talking about my dinner. Like, I wasn't even being snarky, which I can do.
Was it really as stupidly simple as they took shrimp, the word, as a pejorative?
I don't know. Everybody's coming up with reasons, like Sherry called me mean later, but it was, they'd already put me in Facebook jail by the time she called me mean, but she was kidding, of course.
Right.
So being facetious. But, so what I think is happening is that, and this affects us all, is that you've got the Democrats and the Republicans attacking each other viciously, and the politicians, right? And then you have their bases attacking each other viciously. They're calling each other pedophiles. They're going crazy out there, and they're doing it on Facebook and Twitter, right?
Yeah.
So now they're going to get Mark Zuckerberg up to, into Congress and put him under oath. And they're going to say, why are you providing a platform that is putting out this fake information about us being pedophiles and them being or whatever? And it's a function of all of this craziness that's going on right now, that Facebook is like, oh, don't worry, we took Ed Train's food picture off. That's how careful we're being.
Well, I mean, the odd thing is, for all the people in certain circles of friends, the Facebook does not look like the right-wing tool that it really is, because honestly, Zuckerberg is at this moment in time. And you know, depending on what happens in November, all of our information is going to be given to the Republicans if they win again, you know, and it's going to be like, what the hell, you know? But you know, Zuckerberg's not a good guy. He's really not a good guy.
No, they're actually all not good. And I don't know what's going to happen. There's too much else going on for anybody to focus on this stuff. But the other day, 2 days ago, I woke up, I didn't sleep right, and I didn't feel good. I was a little whiny. And I said to a couple of friends on Messenger, I'm like, I don't feel good today. Like, give me a hug, whatever. And so then a bunch of them wrote me back like, oh, don't worry, Ed, it's not so bad, right? And then the next morning they wrote me like, I hope you're going to have a better day today, right? All that bullshit, right? So they did that, right? And I checked my email, and I've got an email from TED Talks saying, we've got a video. And they never write me or anything. They never send me any promos for anything. They send me a thing saying, we want you to watch this TED Talk. We're really serious. It's about how to identify depression. Okay. And like, it took minutes. It took minutes for this to come through. And so they're watching everything we do and everything we say. So,
you know, you identify depression. People paying music for no money, drinking before it's 6 o'clock.
All right, play some music. Is this a political show?
No, this is rather unchallenging. This one, maybe I have an apocalyptic.
I don't want to get jailed. I don't want to get jailed.
No, this is I don't know. Well, you know I can be found sitting home all alone. If you can't come around, at least please telephone. Don't be cruel to a heart that's true. Baby, if I made you mad for something I might have said, please let's forget the past. Oh, the future looks bright ahead. As if don't be cruel to a heart that's true. I don't want no other love, baby, it's just you I'm thinking of. Don't stop thinking of me, and don't make me feel this way. Come on over here and love me, you know what I want you to say. Don't be cruel to a heart that's true. Or should we be apart? I really love you, baby, across my heart. Well, it's a walk up to the preacher, and let's say I do. And then you'll know you have me, and I know that I'll have you. Don't be cruel to a heart that's true. How could we be apart? I really love you, baby, cross my heart. Don't be cruel to a heart that's true. Don't be cruel to a heart that's true. I don't want no other love, baby, it's just you I'm thinking of. Little pooch at the end. Ow! Keeping kind of in a rootsy 50s thing, in a song that is delightfully out of my vocal range. So I will make up for in enthusiasm what I lack in range. It's by Eddie Cochran. Well, come on, everybody, and let's get together tonight. I got some money in my jeans, and you know I'm gonna spend it right. I've been doing my homework all week long. Now the house is empty and my phone hearts are gone. Woo! Come on, everybody. Well, my baby not one, but I'm gonna dance 3 or 4. Well, the hot beat shaking from the bare feet slapping on the floor. When you hear that music, you can't sit still. Your brother wanna rock, your sister will. Woo! Come on, everybody. Well, if you wanna have a party, then you better put a guard outside. If my folks come home, I'm afraid they're gonna have my eye. There'll be no more movies for a week or two. No more running around with the usual crew. Well, who cares? Come on, everybody.
I like your selections tonight.
It's early.
They're kind of flippant and
I
upbeat,
like
you know?
flippant. That's better. That's better than like your old one, which was, what was it? That's nice. Or I forget. But your other. That's a new one. Flippant. Put it in the book. Put it in the book.
I need a good mood this week. Actually, I'm in a good mood now. Dr. Thunder has helped me be in a good mood.
If that doesn't do it for you, you don't.
So, are you a Tower of Power fan?
I'm a fan, but I don't know them well. I mean, I appreciate them, and you know,
Right.
I like what they do, but I don't really know their stuff.
It's not like you're a Steely Dan fan. You're
or
a
even an
total-
Earth, Wind, and Fire fan. You know?
Yeah, right. But it's an interesting thing has happened, and I don't really know. I guess, you know, like I don't get into the private lives of band members of bands that I love. Like I just like the music and what they do professionally. You know, like I don't even want to know what they care politically or whatever. But the Tower of Power, I guess the lead guy was an alto sax player, and whose name I don't even know. But I love them, and I love playing Tower of Power, and I love doing their stuff. And Spotify handed me a new group called Dr. Funk. And if you don't know, if you like Tower of Power and you don't know it, check out Dr. Funk, because the guy that plays the baritone sax that looks like a Muppet, you know,
Yep.
that's the Doctor, right? Right, and he's like an original founding member. But something must have happened when his partner died, because Dr. Funk, the band, the record company is owned by the Doctor, the baritone sax player, but he doesn't. I don't think he plays in the band. So I think he's got a contractual conflict, but so he got around it by he owns the record company, and then he hires all the Tower of Power people, and they do this amazing like Tower of Power on steroids band, and it's worth checking out, like on Spotify or whatever. Dr. Funk.
You know, Dr. Funk is a decent name, but I think a better name would be Dr. Thunder.
Dr. Thunder. 67 cents for 2 liters. I can't even do the math per liter on that, you know?
And it's buy 2, get 1 free, which means they'll pay you $1.50 to take 2 of the bottles out of their inventory.
Exactly. All right, go for it.
Okay, I'm going to do a little song by Mark Cohen, written by Mark Cohen. Mark Cohen, who did Going to Memphis, that thing, you know. He's a great songwriter, great singer. And if Billy Foster's out there somewhere, I know he knows this song. It's called Paper Walls. Well, I had just checked in when the sun came up after 10 hours on the bus. Staring at the stains on the ceiling, baby, trying not to think about us. But then one in the room, 502, started doing the things we used to do. Every bang, every boom feels like it's coming from my home room. 'Cause they got paper walls. Ooh, paper walls, paper walls. Ooh, I closed the curtain, I shut the light, I heard the highway moan. Next thing I remember, they were having a fight, and she was all alone. I heard her crying in the darkest hour. I heard the echo from the hotel shower. I started packing her things. I dialed the number and I heard it ring. Right through these paper walls, paper walls. Ooh, paper walls, paper walls. Ooh, oh, oh. Nice place for a guitar solo, which someday when against the verse, interesting, it's in my head, I'm playing it. I never seen such a sight before, the way that she looked when she opened the door. Every baby, don't make it a sound, all your love comes a tumbling down. Just like these paper walls, paper walls. Ooh, paper walls, paper walls. Ooh, paper walls, paper walls. Ooh, paper walls. Let's see.
I'm taking the shirt, by the way.
Thanks. You know, the funny story behind this shirt, in 1974, I went to Hawaii with a girlfriend at the time who was Step Monster, had a place out there on the north side of Oahu. And I bought this then, and it's literally a shirt I bought in Hawaii, which I feel
That's
like
great.
it gets some sort of props for that.
That's great. No, that's a nice shirt. I got a million Hawaiian shirts. I love them.
Yeah, I believe it or not, I just ordered one online today. It just looked retro enough for me to really like it. It was like, you ever go on websites where they have like the antique ones?
No, but I'm going to right now.
No, but they're super expensive. But you know what? You just look at them and you can sense what the fabric feels like. You know, it's like that rayon or whatever the hell. You know, it's like it's not cotton. It's not, you know, like this is not cotton. But I already won that was cotton because the rayon ones are really expensive.
Wow. Okay, that's cool.
There you go. All you kids out there. See, the internet isn't all bad.
No, it's not. I'm going on that site right now. I do two more. Do this one and another one.
So this is a song by Eric Katz. And Eric Katz, I believe, wrote... Did he write Love Has No Pride? He might have. If Karl Bonoff didn't. No, I think he wrote Love Has No Pride. I've been romance dine and dance crazy nights and wild times. My life has lost its mystery. Love is blind and it cannot find me. I'm blowing away. Shadows take my love and leave. I'm blowing away. Shadows keep taking my love and leaving have cast aside my foolish pride, and I'm gone down for the very last time. I've searched the earth, I've sailed the sea. Love is blind, and I cannot find me. I'm blowing away. Shadows take my love and leave. I'm blowing away. Shadows keep taking my love and leaving me. You keep taking my love and leaving me. Cheesy. Let's see. Well, I was going to do something that was weirder, less off the rack, but I feel like doing this instead. This is, as I'm always scouring for obscure artists, and here's this band I found from England. I'm looking through you, where did you go? I thought I knew you, what did I know? You don't look different, but you have changed. I'm looking through you, you're not the same. Your lips are moving, I cannot hear. Your voice is soothing, but the words aren't clear. You don't sound different, I've learned again. I'm looking through you, you're not the same. Why, tell me why you not treat me right? Love has a nasty habit of disappearing overnight. I'm thinking of me the same old way. You were above me, but not today. You don't look different, and you're down there. I'm looking through you, and you're nowhere. Why, tell me why did you not treat me right? Love has a nasty habit of disappearing overnight. I'm looking through you, where did you go? I thought I knew you, what did I know? You don't look different, but you have changed. I'm looking through you, you're the same. Baby, you changed. I'm looking through you. You change, you change, you change, change, change. Dr. Thunder. Well, now we know.
Bill Nolan, brought to you by Dr. Thunder.
Don't worry about the tip jar tonight. Tonight's presentation is on the doctor.
Dr. Thunder. Yeah,
the doctor is in the house.
The doctor is in. Oh my God.
The doctor will be in about 20 minutes when they have to get your stomach pumped.
Exactly. And speaking of Rayon,
Oh, there you go.
I'm going to bring Ray on.
Noman.
Razor.
How you doing, my man?
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
All
Hanging
good.
in there.
All
We were
good.
just talking about you.
Okay. I
Oh,
hope
no,
you're
we were
saying
talking
nice
about
things.
Hawaiian shirts that are made of rayon. So I said I got to bring Ray on.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
He's a
actually,
man.
Bill,
He's
that's
fabric.
a
He's
nice gig shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we're setting, the people who are coming on later, they have a chance now. They're forewarned. The fashion dictate of tonight is obviously,
Oh, there you go.
I'm always wearing my Hawaiian shirts on GMTV. So, how you doing, Ray? What's going on?
Oh, I'm doing all right. I'm hanging in there.
Yeah.
Not too much changes from week to week, but that's fine.
Do you have
Doing
a gig
another
with
drum
you have a
circle
gig
this
with
week.
the girls coming up?
What's that?
You have a gig coming up with the girls?
August 22nd in downtown Westport, in front of Pop Art Gallery on the corner of East Post Road and Main Street. Yeah,
That sounds great. I
there's
saw
a couple of
that
different
post.
acts. Yeah.
I saw that post and I was like, I thought I was in the girls. I didn't. My agent didn't call me for that gig.
you're going to
Well,
have to.
you're out in Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
and,
I knew it. I knew it. Everybody thinks I'm gone. I'm not really gone. I'm coming back tomorrow for the weekend. I'm doing a wedding gig, and with Sue Carson. Sue Carson and Dave Rao are going to be doing that. And Bill Noman almost did that, but
I came close. I was within a whisker.
the idea of a gig, like, oh my God, and I've become agoraphobic in this pandemic. So the idea of leaving here is a little like, I'm gonna leave the house,
Well, yeah,
Well,
I mean,
I
if you're going to be
actually,
around, I'm sure you could play. But here's the challenge. The challenge is, we like Dave had previously gotten okay from the Westport police to do it. But he's saying you got to follow CDC guidelines, so people need to be spaced out. And with a band like that with so many people, it's a challenge.
I'm spaced out.
Yeah, there you go.
The word on the street, Ed,
we
is that
could figure out
before you get any gigs going forward, the Dr. Thunder issue has to be dealt with.
Dr. Thunder. There it
I
is.
had a gig last night. I had a gig last night at Roger Sherman. I played last night at Roger Sherman with.
Wow, that's great. How'd that go?
It was fun. It was myself, Michael Muggeridge, and John Flom on keyboards.
Outside?
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it was outside. It was on the patio. And they have a lot of real estate there that, it's all in the hands of Mother Nature anyway. But if if the weather's good, it was hot as a mother. But other than that,
Yeah, I heard. It was nice here, actually. We're up at altitude, so, it's not as hot here. It's, it's been a lovely summer,
Yeah. Well, vaya con Dios, my friends.
Yeah, good to see you, Bill Noman.
See you, Razor.
I'll
Take
see you
care,
soon.
man. See you soon. Hopefully, if all goes well.
Exactly. So how you doing, Ray?
I'm doing pretty good. Did another drum circle this week.
You did. Where was that?
Down in Greenwich again.
Terrific.
For my main group, and they want to do it every week, but it's outside. That's the condition. And they've got a secondary group that I'm probably going to start next Thursday, every other
Right.
Thursday. So we'll see how that goes. But
I just got this flash, this image of you in January outside with a parka and a fire, and you're like playing the drums, freezing.
Oh,
you're
God.
like, we're gonna keep it going as long as the coronavirus is here.
Yeah, I mean, this only works as long as the weather stays nice,
Exactly.
But my school teaching gig comes back on September 8th. Did you get any notification from your folks up in Bridgeport?
Well, here's what's interesting. So I teach, for those of you who don't know, with an organization called KEYS, and it stands for something like Kids Empowered by Your Support. And it's a nonprofit that provides music education to Bridgeport school system, which doesn't have music education otherwise. So yes, so we're continuing. We never stopped. I spoke to the people at KEYS, and I said, so what are we doing? Summer school, or how are we doing? They go, don't tell your students it's summer. Just keep going, right? And my students were like, we get to keep going on the summer. And like one student, I'm finishing up an album right now. We did 19 songs this summer.
Oh man!
And he's dropping an album. The other one's releasing a really, really good song in September, and we'd probably done 15 songs together. And my students are like, wow, I got to do recording all summer long, and it was a blast, So we never stopped, and we're going to keep going into the new year. The school's going to open partially. They're going to do some home, some on site, and I'm most likely going to be sitting where you see me. And this is what my students see. They see me on a screen like this.
So this fall, you're still going to be doing it like that?
I think so, yeah. There's a room, I have a music room at school, and what I might do if they let me, I might go into the school and set up the room with a vocal booth and a good microphone and some cameras, and the kids can go in there and record with me remotely using better equipment than they have at home. And we might try that.
Big music rooms?
It's not huge. No. It's just a small classroom. It's actually a meeting room, and it's not big. But, I have a feeling that what the schools are going to do is they're going to, they don't want the students in school much. They want them to come in, get their stuff done, get out. And then I think they might even close one day a week to clean the school. And they don't want extra stuff going on. So I'm happy to do it online, keep doing it online. And I'm taking private students as well online.
Yeah, I was asked, if we need to, would you do it online? And I was like, well, yeah, sure, if we need to. But right now, unless something changes, Stanford Public Schools are doing in person. But I've got like this huge music room. It could easily fit 50 plus people. But for the guitar class that I do at night, they cap it off at 10. So it's usually between 6 and 10 people. So, I mean, talk about social distancing. You could put 15 feet apart between people in that big room. So
that's the move. Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Be careful. Do it. Wear masks,
Yeah.
Be safe.
It'll be fine. Make it work.
Good. So what are you going to do for us?
Another Beatles song that I haven't sang before.
Wow, all right.
But it's one that Bill Gagan likes to do. And so I'm going to send it out to my bandmate, good friend, and international recording artist, Bill Gagan.
All right.
Norwegian Wood.
Nice.
I once had a girl, or should I say, she once had me. She showed me her room, isn't it cool, Norwegian Wood. She asked me to stay and told me to sit anywhere. So I looked around and I noticed there wasn't a chair. I sat on a rug, biding my time, drinking her wine. We talked until 2, and then she said, it's time for bed. She told me she worked in the morning and started to laugh. I told her I didn't and crawled off to sleep in the bath. And when I awoke, I was alone, whispered had flown. So I lit a fire, isn't it good, Norwegian Wood.
Great one. You did a nice job on that too.
Thanks. I always wanted to learn that riff. Like I've played behind Bill Gagan with just the chord changes, but not all of the individual notes. I've been meaning to learn that anyway. So I said, okay, that'd be cool.
That was great. Have you talked to Bill lately?
Not talked. About a few weeks ago, I think we traded a couple of messages, but they were very short.
He's
It's
doing
more
really
centered around,
well
"Hey, do
with
you think you're going to come back anytime soon?" Gee, I don't know. He said things are pretty decent over here in Ireland right now, and I know it's not good in the States, so probably not a good idea to travel.
yeah,
So
right.
it's more like a wait and see type of attitude.
Right.
And
Yeah, no, he's doing really well with the song though, with All One Together.
Yeah, he just sent. Did you see that thing on Facebook? He just sent out I guess they did an article in Bethel, but I think it got some national exposure according to what he said in the post. And yeah, a lot of exposure on Facebook.
That's great. Yeah, he's been very diligent about that. I think it's terrific.
But that particular song is kind of well, it had to do, like, he met his wife at a wedding in Rhode Island, and after the wedding, they like hotel rooms, people hanging out, partying, whatever, and somehow he ended up in her room, and he didn't have his guitar, but he actually sang an a cappella version of Norwegian Wood to her. And I don't know, I guess she must have fell all in love or whatever, and the rest is history. But the funny thing is, now what I've been doing is, as I do these songs, I'm starting to like delve into the background, and it's kind of funny because that song is actually a song that John Lennon wrote because he always used to cheat on his wife, Cynthia, his first
really?
wife.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I mean, he got her pregnant. But this was right before the Beatles were big. He got her pregnant, and you married her because that was the right thing to do. But you didn't take the marriage seriously.
Right.
So yeah, he would have these affairs all the time. So he thought, well, I'm going to write a song about it. But he said, I need to do it in a smoke screeny kind of way, right? So he did that, and then he brought, Paul got involved. Like, John just had the first line in the title, and then Paul got in, and then he's, oh my God, this is great. We could do something with this. And Norwegian Wood is actually cheap pine, because back at that time in England, people were decorating their living rooms and stuff with wooden structure, that kind of thing. It was very
right.
But as Paul jokes, he said, "But cheap pine wouldn't be a good name for a song. Norwegian Wood is better." But it's so funny because this whole song is about a girl that he's trying to hook up with. She leads him on. Had no intention of putting out, but he stayed with her that night. He had to sleep in the bathroom. He wakes up, she's gone. So to get revenge, he lit her furniture on fire. That's the song.
I never focused on that at all. That's great. That's a great story.
Hysterical. Hey, I guess you have to have fun while you're writing songs, But most people, even if you sing along, you don't really put it together. Although if you actually look at how he laid out the words, it actually is very logical. It's not like conceptual. I mean, it's pretty. It's a story.
Clever. Very clever. Very clever. All right, do one more. What do you have?
Let's see. I guess I will do Neil Young. This is the song that Sheila Fabrizio asked me to learn for a gig that we had together. So I guess this is going to be for Sheila.
All right.
Oh man, take a look at my life. I'm alive like you were. Oh man, take a look at my life. I'm alive like you were. Oh man, take a look at my life. A 24 and there's so much more. Live alone, paradise makes me think of two. Love lost such a cost. Give me a thing that won't get lost. like a coin that won't get tossed, rolling home to you. Oh man, take a look at my life, I'm alive like you. I've got someone to hold me the whole day through. Oh man, take a look at my life and you tell it's through. Vampires in your eyes, run around the same old town. Didn't mean that much to me, to mean that much to you. I've been first and I've been last. Funny how the time goes past. But I'm coming home at last, coming home to you. Oh man, take a look at my life, I'm alive like you. I've got someone to hold me the whole day through. Oh man, take a look at my life, you can tell it's true. Oh man, take a look at my life, I'm alive like you were. Oh man, take a look at my life, I'm alive like you were.
Nice.
Thanks, Ed. Glad to be
Yeah.
here.
That sounded great. So what have you been doing? You've been spending time on the beach. I see a lot of check-ins from you on the beach.
Yeah, any day that it's not raining, I make it a point to walk to Calf Pasture Beach and back. And about 3 months ago, I made friends with a squirrel. His name is Bigley. And we spend time together. He knows who I am. He comes right up. I mean, I could sit at a table and he'll be like 2 inches away from me munching on the almonds. He sits right there.
That's fantastic.
pretty
Take a
funny,
video
actually.
or a picture. Have you posted anything?
Oh, I've got videos.
Oh, send me some videos. I want to see that squirrel. That's amazing.
I've got videos.
That's great.
Okay, yeah, I'll send you a couple just so you could see.
I would
Bigley, he's
love
a
to.
piece
I
of
think
work,
that's
you
a
know?
great story. I had a squirrel when I lived in Colorado, when I went to college out there in Boulder. I had a squirrel that saw me coming every day, and he would climb up my leg and sit on my shoulder.
Wow.
Yeah,
You didn't
I
have to worry
haven't
about
thought of that in 20 years. That's amazing.
Let me ask you a question. You didn't have to worry about the claws? Because
It
they
wasn't
got
bad. I mean, it was a little rough, but he wasn't trying to hurt me. He climbed up my leg. He would run up my leg, and I'd feed him something. I brought something, and I think this is why he liked me, because I used to walk. Nobody knows this. Don't tell anybody. I used to walk my rabbit to school on a leash. I swear to you. And
I've never seen that. I know people that have pets, rabbits as pets. I've never seen anybody walk one on a leash.
yeah,
though.
he'd walk on a leash. It was great. And I took him to, I think it was an English class that I had, and there were dogs. You were allowed to have pets in the class, right? So I had him, he would sit under my chair, and I guess I put a towel out for him or something. He would sit there, he'd stretch out, and the dogs in the class would growl at him. They'd be like, "Arr," right? And the teacher would be like, if you can't keep your dog quiet, you need to get him out of here. And they're like, that guy's got a rabbit. And she's like, you got to keep your pet under control or he's got to leave, right? So everybody hated me. But I think the squirrel came over and made friends with the rabbit. I don't even remember the details, but there was a squirrel that went on for quite a while.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I did a little research. They will warm up to certain humans if they get used to. But this one is I mean, not even skittish. Like other squirrels some will come somewhat close, but if you move, they jump back. They don't run away, but they're skittish. This one doesn't flinch. It's right there. You know.
That's really cool. All right, Ray Simonelli, good to see you.
All right, you have Will coming on next.
Yeah, I got Will coming on. I got this guy hanging out. Randy Stone is here. Larry, say hello to Randy.
Hey, Ray.
Hey, here you go. We were
How are you,
talking
buddy?
about the girls band before.
Ray and I were playing together on Saturday.
That's right. Yeah,
Sounded good, man.
that was a lot of fun. Thank
Hey,
you.
Ed.
How's it going?
Good, man. Very well.
Oh my God, I'm like doing a weird freezy thing again, but as long as you can hear me.
Hear you fine.
Hey Ed,
So-
you notice? Look at Will. Look what's going on. Background different
Yeah, nice.
again.
I know. Yeah, he's the
look at
master of the background, right?
Yeah, king of all backgrounds.
That's good. How you doing, Will?
More. And more. I'm good. Although I have great segue jealousy. I've got like segue envy. That's the word I'm looking for.
You need to get one. You need to go to
Yeah.
Walmart.com. They're selling refurbs now for $300. Go get one.
There's kids around here who have motorized skateboards. They go like 30 miles an hour. So
Yeah.
it's really bizarre because you can hear it coming, but it's just this kid on this little thing with a little wheel in the middle of it.
I'm not doing that.
And and they shouldn't either. And naturally, there's no helmets. There's none of that kind of stuff.
What could possibly go wrong?
It's just like you will not make it past the age of 21. It's not a chance. Not a chance. But this rabbit thing is an interesting theme because Cambridge, Massachusetts is filled with rabbits because
Really?
there are no predators. So what's going to eat them? Somebody's dog on a leash. So there's rabbits everywhere. I mean, I start my car and like 3 rabbits go running out from underneath it in all these different directions. So so there's the killer geese that we've discussed, which are a risk, and then there's the rabbits, which, as far as I know, are not a risk, as well, except for the killer rabbits from Monty Python. But other than that,
We need to send a squad of Elmer Fuds up there.
That's right. I killed a rabbit. Killed a rabbit. Yeah. It's the only cartoon where it actually takes Wagner and puts an entire opera
Correct.
in 3 minutes.
That's how I learned. That was my introduction to classical throughout my childhood.
Yeah. Oh, Boomhilda, you're so
You're so
lovely.
lovely.
Yes, I know it. I can't help
it. Yeah.
We could like down a lot of beers together.
Clearly, we were scholars as children.
Yes, we studied the same books. Yes, the books of wisdom. Yeah.
That's good. So, Will Baird, what are you going to do for us?
I am going to do think. Oh shoot! I had this all planned, and now think. Teenage guy in movie, in teen romance movie, standing at the foot of the girl's driveway, holding a boombox up. Can you think of the song?
John Cusack.
John Cusack, yeah. But the name of the song, I keep wanting to say "Being There," but that's not it. I'm having like a senior moment, so
All right, take it away.
In Your Eyes, by the way, is the name of the song.
There you go.
Nice.
Thank you. I did that one for you. I realized, okay, I'm running out of stuff for the show. I need more songs that don't suck. So I recorded that one a little bit and figured it out.
It's nice. You're very quiet, by the way. I think your
Oh, thank you.
your audio when you're playing is fantastic, but I don't think you have your microphone going.
Yes, that would be correct.
There it is.
I'm sorry.
Your system. I want
Still-
a photograph. I want you to go like this and take a picture of what, like, I'll do it, right? Like, the picture of what we are seeing, right? Like, this is what my studio looks like. I want to see a picture of your studio.
Oh my. Okay.
Right?
All right,
this,
hang on.
This is me. This is me. I don't know.
Okay.
I got my
You want
big giant speakers and whatever, but
You want my okay.
because like our backgrounds look so nice, you know.
Right,
But,
and the foreground is like, oh, yeah, I know. Okay, hang on, we got it. We're getting this.
I want to
Yeah,
see what
that's
that
good.
looks like. You probably have a rat's nest of wires, and you
Yes.
have lights, and you have like, you know, it looks super polished, but backstage, it doesn't quite look like that.
Okay, there we go.
Let's see what this looks like.
That's not cooperating. There we
That's
go.
all right. This
Okay.
is mine. This is mine. You got the
Oh, I got
GMT.
the wrong camera. Sorry, I'm moving towards the voice.
There you go. Oh, you got like,
Yeah.
oh, a ladder. You got, what am I even looking at? Oh,
I got
no,
all sorts
chairs.
of crap. It's like insane. Absolutely
Perfect.
insane.
The man behind the curtain. I want to see behind the curtain, see how we're making this happen at all, you know?
It's a miracle. Yeah, well, sometimes it is. So sorry about the mic, but at least I got it down. This every other time, I've always been like, "Hi, everybody, how are you?" You know, and now it's actually right. I mean, can you hear me?
I can hear you. You sound
There
great.
you go. I mean, it's like.
All right, what else do you have for us?
So,
I
This
love
is
the
a song
echo
nobody-
effects. Yeah, it's so really nice.
thanks. This song is by Jonathan Edwards. He was the guy who wrote "Sunshine Go Away." This is one people don't really know. It's called "Sometimes." It's a really pretty tune.
All right, go for it.
Thank you. Oh, and we're going to turn out the lights. And
Wow, that was really cool.
Thanks. I figured I'd surprise you a little bit.
And I like your staging. Reminded me of Star Wars a little bit.
Which part?
The Luke, I am your father.
Yes.
And he's like, no, and he falls down the hole into the whatever. No, that was great. That was really nice. You sounded super good.
Thank you very much. Now I got to tell you something with this whole Facebook thing. Like, I got your back. We've been friends for like.
Yeah, you're still a little quiet. Turn up your mic. There you go.
Yeah. Sorry, I keep forgetting. See, if I have the mic up while I'm playing, then it picks up everything. The mic,
Yeah,
the
right,
guitar,
sure.
So it's like.
Yeah, what were you saying?
Still working on it. We've been friends for years, and I just want you to know I've got your back. With this whole Facebook thing, you can count on me. I will never double cross you. I'll always be there for you. I would never, for example, promote myself on the show. I'd never talk about like willbeard.com, spelled like air but with a B in front and D in back, willbeard.com. I wouldn't promote myself like that or tell people that there's free songs or free videos up there.
No, you wouldn't do that.
Fair
No.
to you. So I just want you to know, that I'm there for you. I'm your friend in kind of a Trumpian kind of way, so I'm your friend for now. I'll be there for you.
That's great. Yeah, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Facebook put me in Facebook jail yesterday, and my offense was that I described the ingredients in my dinner picture, that it was peppers and onions and hot sauce and such. And Facebook somehow construed the language in that as bullying. And they wrote me a really stern thing. We are reviewing, and there's no way to appeal, and you're in Facebook jail for 24 hours. I'm like, no, I've got the show coming on in 22 and a half hours. You can't do this to me. There was nobody to say that to, but then it only lasted about 15 minutes. But enough time for everybody to throw their 2 cents in about the authoritarian misuse and abuse that Facebook is giving all of us. And we're awesome,
Well, and the food bullying is a real problem. I mean, a lot of people are bullying food these days. The food, it wrecks their lives. I mean, it sticks
Food
with
bullying.
them
Yeah,
forever.
I'm a food. What am I? A food shamer. I'm
You're
a food shamer.
You're a food shamer. That's you need to get some therapy for that.
People write me. They're like, I eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and
Oh.
granola bars, and you're showing all this good food that you're eating. Oh my God! You should have seen what I cooked tonight. Like, I'm so bored that I'm just cooking like crazy. I made shrimp. If the show goes off the air, it's because I'm listing ingredients. Just so you know, I had shrimp with mango,
Run them down the screen.
sautéed mango, Asian pear, citrus, shrimp with broccoli and with a squash. And it was so good. Like, I was like, oh my God. I was even late for Jam TV. Like, I got Bill Noman on the air like in the last minute because I was sitting there like enjoying my dinner too much tonight.
I had 3 huge pieces of delicious, moist, meaty pizza from Domino's that was left over from last night.
Yeah,
You
that's
beat
the
that.
way to go.
Who won? Who won that battle?
All right, Randy Stone, what did you have for dinner? What did you have for dinner?
Actually, I had paella.
I love paella.
There's a local Italian joint. They do family dinners on weeknights. For $40, feed the family. And this place does a paella that is like from Barcelona. I mean, it's so good. So I had it. Of course, I got out a big Rioja from the wine cellar, and
That sounds great. I love paella. Oh my
it was
God.
delicious with the chorizo and the shrimp and the clams and mussels and all that.
See, you guys are happy. You feel good. I feel like that scene in Alien where the thing comes out the guy's stomach. I mean, I just. So it's like.
So wait. So was there anything on those pizzas there, Will, or were they plain cheese pizzas?
Rabbits. No. no. There wasn't. Maybe a little bit of cardboard from last night, but. No.
Oh my God, we're food shaming on JMTE.
By the way, that was really good.
Oh,
Both
thank
songs were really good.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
No, the killer.
It's,
And enough showing off with the upstaging the production values, because I look around and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Well, I need to. Yeah, I figure what I need to do is either start to do stuff like from my sofa or my car or something like that.
No, man, you know what? When you dim the lights on the Jonathan Edwards song, did the silhouette, that was really cool.
It's funny when you can't see the person you hear more.
All of a sudden, chicks dig you because
Yeah, yeah, but it's literally the truth comes out, because you just hear it. You strip away everything else. It's like when you take a great song and slow it way, way, way down into a ballad. It strips away all this other stuff, and you go, "Hey, that's an interesting song," or "Hey, that's a piece of shit." Sorry, I shouldn't. Sorry.
somebody has a
We're off the air
YouTube.
again.
Everybody remember the Tracy Ullman song "They Don't Know"?
No, well, I don't remember that. I love Tracy Ullman. Though.
It's on. I get a feeling when I look at you, wherever you go now, I want to be there too. It's a really great pop song.
Was that Tracy Ullman?
Yes.
I didn't know she did
What?
pop
Yeah.
songs.
They don't know about us,
I
and
didn't
they
know that was her.
never heard of love. That's her.
Oh,
And somebody slowed it down on YouTube and figured out if you slow it down, they sound like she sounds like Tears for Fears, and all of a sudden you're hearing this. I get a feeling when I look at you. I swear, look it up. It's on YouTube.
That sounds great. It sounds great. Hey, Will, do you have another song you can do for us?
I could do another one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
we'd love
Do it.
that.
All right. You want the lights on or the lights off? That sounds kind of
Up
like,
to you.
The clapper.
Believe me, everybody wants the lights off with me. That's all I'm saying.
At a certain age, yeah, let me just find this thing. I had it in my back of my mind because I thought he's going to ask me to do something. Okay, I am going to. You'll notice
Yeah?
that I am not ducking. Right
Wow, you developed a foot switch system.
I have developed a foot switch system. I have the most enormous, ridiculous board in the world, and it changes the songs like one at a time.
That's great.
It gets you there. So what the heck? If the car drives, it drives, right? All right. We don't have to pay any royalties on this one because it's like an old, like traditional folk song about seeking yourself, meaning, and dinner.
Well done.
Now you need a foot switch for your lights.
I know. It's like, welcome to my bald spot. Yeah.
That was nice. That was
That was
great.
very nice.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm always really grateful to be on the show. This is one of the highlights of my week.
Yeah, I'm glad you're coming. So you got fancy lights there. You got real TV lights.
I got. Well, I was thinking I should do like Will's production tip of the week, so that over like the course of like a year, everyone would kind of But these are like 2 for $30 lights from Amazon that do like 100,000 different colors.
Oh, that's great.
And they're fantastic. The brand is Melpo, I think, is the brand name.
Melpo.
Yeah, Melpo.
They used to make dog food, you know.
Yes, they were just for dogs named Mel. Yeah, and but I got those. I have 2 LEDs that I started working at a TV station about 6 months ago, so I started like figure out.
Started stealing your lights.
Exactly. Yeah, that's right. Well, this stuff right before the COVID thing. All this stuff.
Somebody give me a hand with this, please. Yeah.
So, but let's see. I'm wondering if I don't have anything ridiculous anymore. When I started, I had like literally up until 6 months ago, I had. I'm sorry. Here, that's better. I apologize.
We heard you okay on that one. I was all right.
Bad technology. Well, it's probably because I'm yelling because I'm like in a good mood now. Got over the pizza. It's like I digested. But I mean, like when I started the show, I practically around then I had like clamp lights from Home Depot and like poles that were falling over, and I mean these are just sheets that are nailed to the ceiling.
Fantastic.
It works.
So it's it works, except all it takes is a match.
Yeah.
And so there's actually a large fire extinguisher right there that you can't see.
I have one right here. Yes.
Yeah, it's by the door, so which I'm not sure whether that's a good idea or not.
Fight your way out, exactly.
Yeah, it's like what if you can't get to the door, and but it's the idea that I don't smoke
Actually,
anyway.
all right. So I got to tell you this story, but then I sort of give you some background on it. I have a weird collection, right? And nobody's flying airplanes. Yeah, exactly. Nobody's flying airplanes anymore, right? But I have a collection. I used to fly. I used to be in the aviation business. I would fly I had 500,000 miles. I was on a plane 3 times a week, flying across the Pacific or the Atlantic, all over the world. And it was so I have a collection of airline safety cards from airplanes, right? And I always take 2, so that if my vision was that someday I would have an exorbitantly large home with an art gallery, and I would put them all up, framed in big frames with both sides. I have the Concorde. I have Qantas 747s. I got all kinds of great stuff.
Did you do the barf bags too?
No, I did not take dart bag. But I later found out that it is highly illegal to remove air safety cards. That's like taking a fire extinguisher. You are not. So of course
I'm telling Facebook.
Of course I didn't. I don't really have this collection. I just imagined that I had it.
That would be wrong. Yes.
That would be wrong, of course.
Yeah.
And one of the things, so what's interesting about airline safety cards, for those of you who've never focused on the
yes.
the artistic value of a safety card, is that they hire a graphic designer, right? And there are things that have to be on the airline safety card. And by law, by U.S. law, by ICAO law, the FAA, they have to be. So you have to show how to egress the airplane on a raft. You have to show how to deal with debris and fire. And then they have to be they were politically correct way before anybody. Yeah. You would have an Asian flight attendant and an Indian flight attendant and a fat white passenger. And it had to be
a mother holding a black child down the slide.
You got it, right? There was all that. But the one thing that they had to have on every one was they would have a person looking in profile, and there's a window, and their eyeball has a dotted line going out of, you know what I'm talking about. It has a dotted line going out of the window. And if
I'm looking here. Yes.
Right. And if there is fire outside of the window, do not open the door. Don't open the door. So, Will Baird, I know you have a fire extinguisher by the door. look out the window. Look out the window, and if there's a fire, do not go outside. Do not do it.
Okay, I got that. I'm good with that. Yeah.
Oh my God.
You
And
still
that's
have
it.
that, if that collection still existed, and I'm not saying it does or it doesn't,
That's
would
right.
you still have it?
Yeah.
If it did still exist, I might still have it. It may or may not be in the country. That's all
I
I'm
understand. I understand.
These are the kinds of things where a former spouse after you're deceased either struggles to decide what to do with it, like who can I give this to in the family who would want it, or would throw it out.
this
You know?
illegal collection.
Or Will would be like, "What did I marry? What?"
That's right. What kind of an
Exactly.
animal? He stole
That's right.
these.
Who collects? Oh, I've heard of rare coins, gold bullion. No,
That's right.
no, I've got.
No. In fact, truth be told, that's why I never married, because I was worried about my
Because-
collection of
yeah,
airline
the
safety
collection,
cards.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. That's a good reason. I mean, there are a lot of good reasons, but that's probably the best. You know.
Oh my goodness gracious. Good to
It
see
all
you, Will
started-
Baird.
It all started with the Webbit.
Great
Hey,
to
Will,
see
real quick, what is your guitar?
This is a Taylor 614 CE.
Nice.
Tiger
Sounds,
Wood back.
looks and sounds great.
Thank you. Well, hopefully someday I will too.
Dig-a-da-boom.
Oh my God. All right, we'll be right back. Stay tuned. Hey, everybody. So Jam TV is viewer supported, like public radio, only with far less taste and far less in social importance. Maybe it's socially important to us, but when we're socially distant, we all sign into Jam TV, and your support of Jam TV would be very much appreciated. Hit me up on Venmo and PayPal, and you can send money to YouTube too. They won't know what to do with it, but I would super appreciate that. And it's been great. People that have been donating to Jam TV. It's been very generous and really appreciate it. I make a lot of jokes, but it would be really terrific if you could support Jam TV. And that's how you do it. It's also on the bottom of the screen there. With no further ado, I'm going to bring on John and Dawn. Hey,
Hey,
how you guys doing?
we're doing good. Good to be with you again tonight.
Good to see you as well. So, how have you been doing? What's the latest in your world?
Well, we have been very busy cutting up wood, picking up our lawn, loading up Donnie's little truck, and we made 3 trips to the dump to unload all the wood. The first one was 120 pounds. We were getting warmed up. The second one was
240,
yeah, and the third one was
400.
Wow! And is this all from a fallen tree or branches or what?
And we still have a big trunk that we haven't gotten rid of yet.
Wow! You know, it's funny. So far, we are an hour and 17 minutes into the show, and I haven't even remembered that a week ago was the worst crazy storm. When did you get your power back?
The funny thing is we never lost power. We just lost
Wow.
the tree.
That's amazing. What about you, Randy Stone? You were out for a long time, right?
Yeah, I was out for a full week. It went out Tuesday afternoon and came back on Monday night. And we lost the thing. Then I lost internet too. I mean, I couldn't get on Facebook and bitch about politics, and it was horrible.
And you probably don't have cell coverage up in your neighborhood, right?
Oh, I've got half a bar like you've never seen, pal.
Exactly, right? What about you, Charles?
I was fine.
Yeah?
That was
I lost it for like a day and came back the next morning. So I had coworkers who lost it for 5-6 days. So I was considered myself lucky.
Yeah, you were lucky. I lost it about 10 times for 1 second. I didn't lose power or internet
Wow.
The whole time. But I'm out in Pennsylvania, so I'm in a whole different ecosystem out here. And I watched.
That's even a different time zone, right?
It's a different Pennsylvania time, exactly. And
in Connecticut, I read in my little local paper online today, there were 4 tornadoes that touched down in Connecticut.
Wow, where were
Which
they?
is why
Westport.
Yeah,
right?
Westport was out 90%. My little town of Easton was out 90%, but that happens when a sparrow flies by.
Right.
And Weston was out 90%. When it tore through really bad.
Yeah, that's no good. I had no idea. Everybody, all right, look, I do pay attention to the weather. I'm a mariner by background. I'm a pilot by background. I'm a weather comedian on Facebook sometimes. I pay attention to weather. And I swear, like, everybody's like, Eversource should have seen this coming, those bastards, right? Like, you know what? I didn't see this coming. I told a bunch of people, it'll be a rainy day. I wouldn't worry too much about it. I don't think anybody knew it was going to spin off these, microbursts and tornadoes that it did. It was really nasty, that storm. Really, really crazy. So,
Yeah,
anyway,
that's for sure.
glad everybody's okay. Nobody lost their house or anything like that.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Really bad. All right, so John and Dawn, you ready to do some stuff for us?
Yeah, we are.
So,
We're going to just plug in like I always do. So we got a couple of songs planned.
All right, great.
How am I coming through?
Morgan,
Nothing yet.
All right.
do
So-
we need the microphones?
We got you.
Okay, we're going
Okay.
to use our mics even so.
All right, go for
so
it.
this first song is one of my favorites. It's Sweet Judy Blue Eyes. 1, 2, 3, and. To the point where I am sorry. Sometimes it hurts so bad. I am lonely. I am yours. You are mine. You are what you are. You make it hard. What we said and done and felt about each other. Oh, babe, have mercy. So that's the night. Remind us of what we are now. I am not dreaming. I am yours. You are mine. You are what you are. You make it hard. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Carry yourself away from me now. You are free, and I am crying. This and I need, I don't know. I knew that forever, yes, and for always. I am yours, you are mine. You are what you are. You make it hard. Something inside is telling me that I got your secret. Are you still listening? Fear in the heart, and life to the key to your heart. And I love you. I am yours. You are mine. You are what you are. You make sun in the afternoon. What have you got to do? Tuesday morning, please be gone. I'm tired of you. What have you got to do? Can I tell it like it is? And listen to me, baby. My heart is dying, that's what I got to do. I got an answer. I'm going to fly away. What have I got to do? When something is the Thursday and Saturday, what have you got to do? Just by the Mary, the big road is thorough. Take myself up, something up, bring me to the narrow. Voices of the angels ring around the moonlight. I can be set, she's a free thing. I can detect the sound. Lady with my berry, looking out my name. Change my life, make it right.
Here it is. Very nice. Very nice. So you're,
I started off with I had my wah-wah pedal engaged, and it was a very crisp sound. Didn't it sound kind of loud when I started off?
no, actually, you're having an audio problem, and I know exactly what it is. It's too long to explain over the air. We can hear you, but not well at all. And I sent you a big long description in the in Facebook Messenger. So what I'm going to suggest is I would love for you to have you do another song, but I'm going to drop you off now. Go fix those things that you need to fix. I told you how to do it,
Okay.
And it's just a couple of check boxes. You got to dig around and find some check boxes, and we'll get your audio back. I'll put Charles on, and then hopefully we'll get you back after that.
Okay, my brother.
It was just a little quiet. It has to do with noise canceling software, and I've described it to you. So take a look at that, and I'm going to bring Charles on, and we'll see you in a few minutes.
Okay.
Hey, Charles.
What?
You're the opposite problem. I can hear you so well, like, you're like, I'm like, no,
Unfortunately.
you sound good. So it's live television. It's hard to make everything work. It's so funny. People text me and they're like, "Can you turn them up? Can you change to whatever? Like, can you give them more bass, whatever?" And I'm like,
No, you're probably at the mercy of whatever signal you get coming in.
"You got it." Unless I decided to go to a whole nother level, it's very hard to control the picture and the audio, at this end. It's a miracle this works at all.
Well, I have the super high speed connection here, which is great for concert videos.
Speaking of pornography, Billy Foster.
Billy,
How you doing?
Billy, right down here.
Hey guys. There you go. Yeah. So, hey. Charles just said.
Budweiser to you.
Charles just said he's got this great high-speed connection, which is really good for pornography. Communication. So I'm like, speaking of pornography.
Oh yeah.
All right, Charles, what are you going to do for us? What do you got?
Well, I think I'm going to go back in time a little bit here to my old band. This is pre-Bird Index. This is when I lived in Atlanta. I had a band called Used for Comparison, and we were around for quite a while. So I'm going to do 2 Used for Comparison songs.
Great.
That I wrote way back when. So I might forget some of the words and or chords, so we'll see how this goes.
I don't know them either, so go for it.
So that was our biggest strength, was that nobody ever heard us. So it goes like this. Walking out on a rail, I walk into the pale blue moonlight, but the dock is always deserted since the river ran red. I guess my designs are over. Sailing into the sea, a whirlpool advances towards me, but I don't feel afraid, for I know it's not my turn to die. Still, I guess my designs stop coming around if you can't say nothing nice, 'cause I don't need your negative advice. Don't darken my door if you're just gonna spit on the floor, 'cause I don't need your advice anymore. Falling into a cave, tumble past the eyes of monsters, but I don't feel afraid, for I know it's not my turn to die. Still, I guess my designs stop coming around if you can't say nothing nice, 'cause I don't need your negative advice. Don't darken my door if you're just gonna spit on the floor, 'cause I don't need your advice anymore. Falling against the eyes of monsters, but I don't feel afraid, for I know it's now my turn to die. And I won't miss the things I never had permission to try. Still, I guess my designs are over now. Still, I guess my designs are over
I know it's
now.
but it's 2 checkboxes, period. That audio processing makes it so you can't hear your air conditioner, but it also makes it so you can't hear your guitar, period. Nice.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I heard some crosstalk there at the very end. Was I missing something?
Oh, was my mic on?
I think you were trying to help solve the audio problem.
I'm the worst.
But Chuck, you wrote that. Chuck, you wrote that song.
I did.
I love that. That's a great song.
Thank you very much.
No, I mean the construction lyrically, it's got a hook in it. That's a cool song.
I appreciate it.
I would love to hear that song performed with you in a band.
Well, it's on Spotify. If you look up,
Is it? No shit. Okay.
my old band.
If one wanted to get that, how would one do it?
If you look up my old band, Used for Comparison, on Spotify, the name of that song is "All My Designs Are Over Now," and it's on our last album, which came out in 2013. And you should be able to find it there.
Excellent. It's a great song.
Thank you. Used for Comparison. There you go. What a blast.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had the folks up at graphics whip that up
Yeah,
real
you
quick,
got the boys back in the booth. Yeah.
Very nice. I'm trying to decide which song to play next from the old Used for Comparison stuff.
So, how much stuff do you have from Used for Comparison? Tell me about that band.
3 full-length albums that we put together. One of them was pretty good. We started when we were in high school. We didn't really know what we were doing, so some of the early stuff is a little bit cringeworthy, both in terms of the songwriting and the production values.
I bet it's. You know what? I'm older than you, but I have some tapes of my first bands back in the late 70s, early 80s. And yes, I cringe at a lot of it, but they're like gold to me. They're so fucking precious. They capture it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I go back and listen to them every once in a while.
Yeah.
Our first album came out in, I think, 2000. So it's celebrating its 20-year anniversary now.
Nice.
Let me see if there's anything off of that album that's even worth playing. I'll pull out of the 20-year bag.
And who were the songwriters in that? Were you the songwriter for the band?
Principal songwriter, yeah. We had a couple of we definitely had contributing members. We were a 3-piece for most of the time. Myself, Ian McMahon, and Martin Adam were the main band, and we all sort of wrote together. But I was I'd come in with the demos, and we would sort of work them out from there.
Nice.
So
were you a performing band or a?
We were, much to the chagrin of audiences in Atlanta everywhere. I always tell people what we lacked for talent, we made up for in sheer volume and theatricality.
It works. Enthusiasm.
Yeah, we were always just trying to be the most obnoxious band possible.
Absolutely.
On stage. If a club had a smoke machine, I'd say turn it all the way up and let it run the whole time. And go crazy with the lights. And, we had megaphones, and I had an accordion that I duct taped a microphone to that I would play a lot of the time.
Great. Wow.
I
You still have the accordion?
I have a accordion. That accordion kind of disintegrated on me, but I've got another one.
You left it in the car and it melted, right?
No, it just it was really old and not a very good accordion, and like the strap pins sort of flew out of it, and it served its purpose, but then I had to kind of pull it. I think I know what I'm going to play. This is a song called 58 Cents. This is from the very first Used for Comparison album.
All right, cool. Go for
Hopefully
it.
I remember all the lyrics.
Cool, go for it.
$58 is all I have. 58 cents is all I have. And I can't go to the movies, can't go do my laundry, can't go buy a paper if today is Sunday. Can't do anything, can't go anywhere on 58 cents. The 58 cents is all I have. The 58 cents is all I have. And I can't go to the movies, can't go do my laundry, can't go buy a paper if today is Sunday. Can't do anything, can't go anywhere on 58 cents. And I can't go to the war room, can't go to the doorknob, can't go to Dakota, can't go to the line, can't go anywhere, can't do anything on 58 cents. On 58 cents. No, 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 no. On 58 cents. Yeah, it's not as good as I remembered it.
What kind of chord is that? That crazy chord?
It's an E6.
It's a what?
E6.
Play it again.
Take your E. You add a 6 on top of it.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Yep, and I originally wrote that one on the keyboard. So if you're playing an E chord, you got the E, the G sharp, and the B. You just move that B up to a C, and that gives you.
I don't know what all those letters mean, but it means something clearly. You know, I didn't go to. I'm not Sherry Dobrin. I didn't go to Berkeley. Okay.
Do you read music, Ed?
Okay. So I learned how to read music when I was 6 and 7 years old, and my accordion teacher would get to the end of the session, and he would be like, "Yeah, so that was really great that you did that tune, but you forgot to turn the page on the sheet music." And I'm like reading the music on the accordion, of course, right? And I was like, I did everything by ear. And I was like, why would I want to read music? It's so annoying, you know? And now I wish I were better at it. I mean, I can read charts and I can sort of read, but I wish I had the skills where I could sit down at a keyboard and be like, you know, like just read it.
Yeah, I can't read a note. I was trained all by ear, and yeah, that's cool and fun. I get my ears okay and shit, but I would give anything to be able to read fluently, the way some cats do. Billy, do you read? Not a note. We can't hear you. I can't hear you.
I still can't hear him.
Billy.
No, his mic is out. He's eating cereal and his mic is broken.
We'll talk about you till you can come to your own defense.
Exactly. No, I don't hear a word you're saying.
Yeah, Billy, come on, man. Look down at that little microphone icon.
You might have to exit and come back in. It's a night of gremlins. Oh my God!
Billy's going to the spanking room. Billy's going to the spanking room.
Oh my God! Yeah, we are actually.
Hey, Billy, guess who we got back there going to spank you? You'll be happy.
What is happening? I'm going to Facebook jail. Oh my God.
Hey, can I tell you about my Facebook jail stories?
Yes.
All right. The first one, remember that stupid album challenge that everybody was doing? You had to, an album that had an impact on you.
I started that. What do you mean stupid? I was the originator of that.
Hey, Beavis, it's not exactly War and Peace. So I got in the middle of that, and one of the albums I put up that had a big impact on me, I didn't hear about Jimi Hendrix till Electric Ladyland. I don't know why. I missed Are You Experienced? So that one, so I figured if I'm going to post that one, a cool guy would post the UK cover, not the US cover, because the UK cover had all the ladies who worked at Electric Ladyland topless on it. And it was pretty cool for back then. I posted that. Well, guess what?
Oh.
Yes. I got taken to the spanking room. Now, I thought that was public domain. And
That's art. It's art, I thought.
But I was told, this is very specific. I was told that Facebook allows male nipples, but not female nipples.
No, but you can have nursing. Can't you have if you're nursing, you can't do that?
Well, if you're nursing, you actually don't see the nipple. So
This
that
is
was
bad news.
that's number one. That cost me, I don't know how much time. The one that killed me though is I was having a political argument with someone, and the guy's okay. We're kind of friendly, and he said, "Boy, you're going to be disappointed on November 4th." So as a joke, I said, "Oh yeah, November 4th, because voting day, election day is November 3rd." I said, "Please tell all your friends, everybody you know, to vote on November 4th." It was a joke. He laughed. I laughed.
Election interference. Oh my God,
Bingo.
you're like the North Koreans.
Voter suppression. I was banned for like 48 hours because of voter suppression.
Wow.
There you go.
That nipple
Wow.
news that's bad news. The next Bird Index album is called Nothing But Nipples, and we're gonna have to come up with a new album cover. And
I was giving nothing but female nipples, please. Yes.
nothing but no. It's if you can't tell which nipple it is, do they give you the benefit of the doubt? Because I mean, these
Ooh,
are
that's an interesting thought.
Oh,
If
you mean
you
if-
can't
if-
tell.
if someone was trans. Say again, Billy.
Close-ups only.
Close-ups. Then you have to determine whether it's female or male. Real close-ups.
This sounds like a game, like a flash game.
Yeah, we're.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, that would be funny. That's right. What do we have?
Name that nipple. Oh my God.
That's actually just a cornflake. What are you doing? Get out!
Yeah. Get your mind out of the gutter. God.
What if it's a trans nipple? What if it was a guy's nipple?
Right. That's where I'm going. Yes.
Follow me through here, okay? He's gonna go the full operation, but he's only done the bottom part. He hasn't done the top part yet. Is
No
that
implant.
okay?
No
I think
implant.
all nipples are beautiful.
No implant, not yet.
Okay.
I think
Hey, ever seen Willie Nelson's nipple?
Too many times. Too many
Willie
times.
Nelson's nipple? They're
I
the
think,
size of dinner
I think with that you sent Zuckerberg in for an hour of psychotherapy.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Oh my God, we've become the nipple show now.
Yeah, it's your fault.
Oh my God, do one more, Charles. Do another. You know any nice songs?
I'll play one more tune. Let's see. I've been working on this one, so maybe I can play
All right,
it.
go for it.
Rows of houses are bearing down on me. I can feel their blue hands touching me. All these things into position. All these things are one to swallow whole. Fade out again. Fade out. This machine will not communicate these thoughts and the strain I'm under. We were a child from the circle before we all go under. Fade out again. Fade Crack takes temblers, scream as they fight for life. I can feel death, can see his beady eyes. All these things are too position, all these things I want to swallow whole. Fade out again. Fade out again. In love, you're so in love.
Nice.
That was really nice. What a great tune. What's the story behind that one?
That's just another Radiohead tune. That's from the Bends in 1995. I'm still working on getting the picking technique down for it, but I always thought it was just a really pretty song.
That was great.
Sounded good.
Yeah,
Really nice.
feel it, Charles.
Very nice.
Hey, Michael, how you doing?
Good. Hey, everybody.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
What's up, buddy?
How's it going? How's everybody doing?
Doing good. Yeah, Charles, that was terrific. Really, really great.
Yeah,
Thanks,
nicely
thanks
done.
for doing those songs.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So let's see. Maybe John and Dawn have solved their technical issue with sound. It's a miracle this works at all, and maybe they can do another number for us.
What we're doing that's different is we're not using the iPhone, we're using an iPad, and I guess we're not going to have any amplification either, so we'll see if it works. Plus, we also followed out what you instructed. We disabled that one cam microphone button that you told us about.
Yeah, there's like a learning curve on whatever anybody's personal technology is, and every once in a while there's a setting that's not done right or whatever, but it's fine. You know, we heard you, and that last song you did was lovely. It was really nice.
Go on.
How could you hear it?
No, we heard
it. It was
like
just, it was suppressed.
a little
We
bit.
heard it, and my comment to you guys was going to be, that's a fuck of a lot of song to memorize. You guys did it really well.
Oh yeah, we memorized the whole thing. Plus, we memorized how to use.
That's I applause for that alone, and it was well performed.
But to tell you the truth, Randy, I always have the words and the chorus in front of me. Actually, on that song, I have the words in front of me, but I do know it. I can perform it without the words in front of me.
I don't care if you had the words. That was a lot to memorize. You still have to memorize.
Absolutely.
By the way, to Ed's point, if there's any way you're even now you're a little low in volume, if you could turn yourselves up.
It's hard to do that, you know. It's hard to figure that out. So
I figured I'd take the bullet for you, Ed, and ask him. You know.
No, it's hard. It's hard to do it when you're on the air too, and you know.
All right.
But we'll be able to hear you. Okay, take it away. Do another song for us. What are you going to do?
Can you hear me okay now? I'm talking to the mic. Am I coming through distorted?
A little bit, but
Yeah, a
you
little
sound
bit of an
okay.
echo in the background, but not distorted.
It is what it is.
How about the guitar?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. I think what we're going to do is
Go for it.
we're gonna use a little bit of guitar, and we'll just try to sing loud. Okay.
All right, sing loud.
All right.
Always.
I hope that you can hear this one. All
What are
right.
you going to do?
Well, as soon as we start, you'll recognize.
All right, sounds good.
Then we have to go to yeah, we have to.
And if everybody else in the audience, you could mute your own microphones. That would be really helpful.
Yeah, just push the mic out. Oh, all right. So if we mute this here.
No, not you. Everybody else.
Great.
We're not going to use the mic.
If all performers could mute themselves before they play, it'll be much better. Yeah.
All right. So hopefully you'll be able to hear this.
Hey, Billy.
Well, why don't we just test it and see if you can hear it? It's okay? And let us be lovers, we'll marry our fortunes together. And I've got some real estate here in my bag. So we brought a pack of cigarettes and Mrs. Wagner Pie and walked off to look for America. Kathy, I said as we boarded the Greyhound in Pittsburgh, Michigan seems like a dream to me now. And it took me 4 days to hitchhike from Saginaw. I've come to look for America. Laughing on the bus, playing games with the faces. She says a man in the gabardine suit was a spy. And I said, be careful, his bow tie is really a camera. Toss me a cigarette, I think there's one in my rental. You gotta go. You smoked the last one and I will go. It was you, did it? So I looked at the scenery. She read her magazine, and the moon rose over and over. Kathy, I'm lost, I said, though I knew she was sleeping. I'm empty and aching, and I don't know why. Counting the cards on the news, they just like they all come to look for America. All come to look for America. All come to look for But we just picked it up, and I was working on this one harmony. I thought I had it all down, but I it's still work in progress.
That's great. All music is a work in progress.
Does it sound a little better?
Yeah,
sounds good.
Then we'll
It sounds good. Yeah, it sounds really good.
Yeah, my cat was watching for part of that, and he came up actually. He came over, and I lured him over with a toy, and he came over, and he was like, "Oh, there's people on the screen," and he looked, and I said, "Well, there's Billy Foster, and there's Randy Stone," and he went, "Randy Stone?" Took off. I swear to you. Everybody else, I'm like, "That's John and Dawn." He's looking, and he's like, "That's Mike." He's looking. I said, "Randy Stone." He went, "I gotta get out of here."
Well, you know,
You
Randy,
gotta close the door.
Ed's
Let's talk
kitty is
now,
just
okay?
scared.
Good stuff.
But anyway, it's good to be with you all, and I'm so glad that everybody's making music. I think that's the way to keep sane these days. You know?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's just nice to see everybody's smiling face and, feel like we're part of something still,
Oh, you bet. You bet.
This is show 22 for us. 22.
Right.
And we're going for 88 by the time we're done. You know? All right, we'll be right back, and we're going to play some collaborative videos. Good to see all you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's Michael. There's me. You're the new.
Wow. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Good.
I talk to Michael more than anybody else. For the audience that doesn't know, we do this thing called Last Minute Productions, and we're like all hours of the day and night. We're like exchanging files, and exchanging stories, and trying to figure out technology, and it's keeping me a little bit, slightly less insane, is the way to put it.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it's like it gives me like something to focus on and do something productive besides working and watching my kids and all the other things that I have to do. So, but it's great.
Absolutely. I'm getting used to your schedule now. Like I have a schedule, which is don't call me before noon because I'm sleeping. Like last night, I went to sleep at 5 in the morning, this morning, 5 in the morning, and I woke up at noon. And then I got teaching and stuff to do. And you've got your kids going to bedtime, and you've got like, you know, your windows that you work on things. And
yeah. I'm usually awake at like 6:30 in the morning, like, and then it's crazy. And then like by about 3 o'clock, like I it's siesta time,
right?
And then I'm out for like an hour, out of contact with the world, you know, and then I'm back.
Freaking morning people! The whole world is controlled by morning people. I can't take it.
I know, right?
My mother was a morning person, and she was like, by 8:30, she was like clanking dishes and doing anything to get me out of bed, right? And I'm like, Mom, I went to bed at 4 in the morning. I've been doing music all night, like when I was a teenager and all that. And then like she'd be like, all right, it's 6 o'clock. I just finished my dinner and I'm going to bed, so keep it down tonight. And I'm like, the sun isn't going down for 3 more hours. What are you doing? I've lived with morning people my whole life, so I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, no, I mean the irony is I'm anything but a morning person, but like when you have little kids, you basically have no choice. when they wake up, it's time to wake up. So
yeah, that's
all
true.
good. It's all good. So I think we have a couple of people there or somewhere. Yeah. Oh, look, it's Joe.
There's a couple. Here's another one.
Oh, yeah. Hey guys,
look at that. I'm bringing Danielle on. She is she is not part of this particular crew, but here she is, and she's going to sing for us. So,
hey Danielle.
Hey, how are you guys?
Hi, Danielle.
Hi.
Hey
Hi,
Joe. Hey Dennis. Hey Karen.
I think we should do a last minute production video of one of Danielle's songs.
Oh, I'd love to do that.
All right. You handled that really, really tastefully, Michael. That was actually Michael's idea. He said that to me the other day. And because I said, I'd really like to work with Danielle. He said, why don't we do an original of hers? And so you be thinking about what kind of original, and we'll staff it with lots of cool people. And
wow, flattered.
And then we have to do a cover right after, right?
And then you'll do a cover, exactly.
I think you're catching on, yeah.
That's your MO. Who's Joe Mack?
Joe's the man. Joe's the singer and bass player in our reggae Rocksteady collective.
Oh yeah, I've worked on your bass tracks, and I've also seen your face on the Big Collab video. Nice to meet you. He's there.
First time. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Hi guys.
Not in person, but hi.
Hey.
Yeah.
And then of course Karen Johnson.
Hi. Hi from
good.
Texas.
Yeah, I was there in Texas.
Very cool. You might be. You know what I think he might be doing?
It's hot.
I could be wrong. I think you might be watching the show on Facebook, and you need to turn that off. You're responding. I think there's a delay in what you're doing. So if you're listening, like it's like when the old radio shows when they said turn down your radio, like turn down Facebook or YouTube.
Me?
Yeah, and then we'll be able to hear you more live. It could be just the internet. But anyway.
You right?
How's it working now? Say something.
Test 1, 2.
Could be my microphone.
2.
I think are you on your cell phone, Joe?
Well, I've got my headphones on.
Oh, now it's working. Now it's just working. That's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, good. Yeah, we're working.
Off, you guys.
So nice to meet you.
Turn
Nice to see you.
the
as well.
volume down a little bit.
That's all good. And Dennis Allred is in Utah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We got the whole United States represented today. How's it going out in Utah?
Cross country. It's hot, but it's good. We're doing good out here.
How hot?
It's hot.
It's
135 degrees.
No. We're not that hot. We're just in the 90s.
Okay.
Oh, that's not bad. At night, yeah.
Are you on vacation?
Yeah, just out seeing family.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. I was in Utah. I was in southern Utah on my motorcycle trip about a year ago. We started in Colorado Springs and we went across to Moab, which is where Arches National Park is, and it was 107. And we pulled into Moab. We were supposed to pull into Moab on motorcycles at 9 in the morning. We woke up on Grand Mesa, which is this like super high altitude, freezing cold. It was like 35 degrees in the morning. We rode down and down and down and down and down. And then somebody didn't check their gas level and ran out of gas in the desert. And that was me.
Don't do that.
That was me. And like I was literally at noon, like going, it's 107 and I might die. So I took my tent off my motorcycle and I pitched the tent so I had shade. And then my friend went ahead like 30 miles to get gas and he came back and, anyway. So, and we got to Moab and it was so hot. It was like, parking lots were like 120 degrees. And we just ran over to is it the Colorado River right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we ran over to the Colorado River and jumped in with our clothes on. So that was my experience.
You know that sign that says no services next 147 miles?
Yeah.
They're not kidding.
They're not kidding. I missed that sign, unfortunately. And my gas tank was like, ooh. It was like 150 miles to the next gas station. It was insane. So anyway, good to see you. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play. Tell me a little bit about the video I'm going to play now, Michael. The video with those two.
So, okay. Well, for a question, is Winston around? Is he in the back? Because I know he wanted to join us on the. And maybe Carl is there. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I'll play Dennis's thing. Let me see if anybody's bashing their way in. No, I don't see those guys. Why don't you write those guys? So, Dennis, I'm going to play your video. Why don't you tell me a little bit about what you guys did?
Geez, I forget which one I sent you this time.
You sent me. I know I saw Tommy.
Twilight Zone.
And
Tommy and Joey.
Twilight Zone.
Yep. So we did a version of the Twilight Zone, our version of it. A weird song to start with, but it came out pretty good.
So who all do we have on that? Tell me about who's playing on that song.
Should be Tommy and myself and Hank and Joey. Just the normal alternate universe ID group or universal ID group. Are they not on yet?
No, so they're not on yet, but I don't see any of them trying to get in yet. So I'm going to play that video, and anybody who's watching this who wants to come into the studio for your videos, come in now, make it happen. And here we go, alternate universe ID Twilight Zone. Here we go.
destination unknown. Double cross the messenger, all alone. Can't get no connection, can't get through. Where are you? Well, the night weighs heavy on his guilty mind. It's far from the borderline. The hitman comes, he knows damn well he ain't cheated. When I'm stepping into the twilight zone, places around house feels like being close. My thinking been moved to the moon and star. Where am I to go now that I got you? When the bullet hits the bone, soon you come to know. When the bullet hits the bone, when the bullet hits the bone. And I'm stepping into the twilight zone. Places around house feels like it close. My thinking's been moved to the moon and star. Where am I to go now that I got you? And I'm stepping into the twilight zone. Places around house feels like being closed. Thinking's been moved to the moon and star. Where am I to go now that I found you? Close, you got to know. When the bullet hits the bone, you got to know. When the bullet hits the bone, the bullet hits the bone. Whoa, the bullet hits the bone. When the bullet hits the bone.
Woo-hoo! All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
That's awesome.
Really good. All right, so this is what you call a full studio, chocker block full studio. We got 10 people. If there's anybody trying to bang on the door to get in the studio in the green room, you can't do it at this point. So I may have to lose different people to cycle people through. If you're trying to get in and you can't, please send me a message on Facebook Messenger. That way I know that you're trying to get yourself in. So how y'all doing?
Good.
Okay, good. Cheers.
Sorry.
Good.
I can't see anybody with my
Hey,
sunglasses
Winston.
on.
There you go. So we got Winston and we got Tommy and,
Tommy.
and Joe and Danielle and Karen and Billy and Mike and me. So that was great. That was a really good. That almost looked like a Michael production with all of the psychedelic stuff in the background.
Right.
That was great. Yeah, that was cool.
That really worked visually. That was nice. Yeah.
So did you shoot that in the same place, or do you just decorate your houses similarly?
No, we were all in different places. Tommy had the one behind him, and then I saw it online on a picture. I was looking for a different background of some kind, and so I just threw that on there because it kind of matched his.
Oh, so you green screened his background.
No, his is real.
His is real, but
I
you
told
green
Mike
screened it.
for the background of everything else with the whole video.
Yeah, right. I'm Mr. Green Screen these days. Everybody else, like Michael's playing his drums and he's got his shirts hanging in the background. I actually asked him, I'm like, do you hang those shirts there as
Look
like
at
a
mine.
set decorating thing? Yeah, exactly. Me, you know, I'm on a green screen. You know, there's my green screen going out of the way. So, no, that was a terrific video. That was really great.
That was.
Thanks. It came out good, I thought.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, nice job.
Nice. All right, so Michael, so what do we have from Last Minute Production? I'd like to play the one that you did that I'm not in.
So this one is a Bob Marley song, and it was kind of a labor of love. We spent a lot of time on this, maybe like a month, I think, or maybe more. And it features everybody who's here now plus Carl. And Winston did this incredible thing. He wrote, or he got somehow arranged 5 horn parts and a flute in it. And Karen did this amazing vocal arrangement, and she also is playing 2 keyboard parts on it. And then we've got Joe and Carl did 2 guitar parts, and I did drums and percussion. So. It's pretty intense, and it's not like a happy-go-lucky song, but it's a song. It's an inspirational song. I love this song. Like, this is one of my favorite Bob Marley songs. And I don't know, Karen, do you want to say something?
I've had this song in my head for the past month. I mean, it's a good thing. I feel like it's a good song for the times.
Yeah.
It was a lot of work. I had to build. I find that I have to build myself up to doing these because I'm working. You know, I've been working all along. I'm really busy. Work is, overwhelming, and so like to get home and be like, okay, I'm gonna get decked out and play this song and do all these parts and stuff. Like, it takes a lot of energy, and so I find myself like leading up to the day when I'm going to do the work. And then when the day comes, I like drink a little extra caffeine and I'm like, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be fucking awesome right now. So
it was outstanding though. You did such an amazing job there. It was great.
So did
Yeah,
you.
and something that's really interesting about, doing this work is that once you have it set up, on your computer to do a track, it's so easy to just add another one. Once I have my studio set up to lay down, I'm scoring the horn parts, I'm arranging the horn charts. Well, why not just throw one more in? Why not throw in a flute part on top? Why, I feel like I'm like the teenagers who are doing this all the time. I read there's a Billie Eilish song that has 30 vocal, or was it 40 vocal tracks, right? But it's easy to put another one on once you're completely set up. You've got your reference track on your, on your computer, and you got the whole thing set up. You can just keep adding them, and we all did that. We just kept adding tracks and adding tracks, so it's very lush. So you'll hear. I mean, it's probably. I'm going to say I don't think I want to do this again, where I put 5 tracks on, but it was very interesting to do that way.
Yeah, I just want you all to realize that even though Michael is smiling, every time you send him the 43rd track, you can see his house smoking over the Hudson River. Like his computer is on fire trying to process all this stuff.
You only get 2 takes. That's it.
Exactly.
By the way, my microphone was muted before. I wanted to say, hi, Joe. Nice to meet you.
Joe. Yeah, there's Joe.
Joe's back muted.
I think he can't hear me.
He's either frozen or sleeping. I can't tell. All right, I'm going to play that video. Here comes that video. Here we go.
So much trouble in the world. just sun is on the rise once again. Way earthly things are going, anything can happen. You see them sailing on their evil trip. Blast off on their spaceship, million miles from reality. No care for you, no care for me. So much trouble in the world, so much trouble in the world. All you gotta do is give a little, take a little, give a little, one more time, yeah. Give a little, take a little, yeah, yeah. So you think you found a solution, but it's just another illusion. So before you check out this time, don't you leave another cornerstone standing there behind. Yeah. We've got to face today. Oh, we come one day. We the street people talking. Yes, people are struggling.
That was great.
Hey,
That was a month in the making.
We lost Ed.
Oh,
I guess
great.
we're in
Maybe
charge.
1 month.
yeah,
1 month.
yeah, about a month. Yeah, it took a month. It you know, a lot of things. There was some trial and error. Like we tried some things didn't work, so we decided not to go with certain tracks, and then but everything kind of came together quite nicely, and
Yeah, good. Yeah.
I put all this footage from Black Lives Matter protests in the background. I don't know if you could see it.
Nice.
Sort of there was a map of the world, and then superimposed in the background was like these protests and things going on, and I mixed in like Bob Marley in there and stuff, and
it worked.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah, it was cool.
Very good.
Thanks a lot. Yeah.
That was great. Oh, am I even on? Can you hear me?
We hear you.
I can hear you but not see you.
There you go.
There you are.
Yeah,
I don't know. The internet's being a little squirrely with so many people in the studio, but that was terrific. That was really, really great.
Yeah,
And I liked what you did with the mix on it. It sounded very organic and natural. Really terrific.
Thanks.
Yeah, well said.
Yeah, and one of the challenges of that is, you know, always with reggae, funk, the same thing is not to play too much, right? So we've got all these tracks going and all this stuff going on, and yet you've got to leave room for it to breathe and have that, you know, that nice reggae feel and not step on each other's lines. You know, unlike like when I was playing in rock and roll band, I was playing all the time, right, from beginning to end, pretty much. It's a very different feel for this.
Yeah, you're basically putting a little accent in here and there. You know, it's really great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a different way of working.
Yeah, and you kept it all straight really well. Karen obviously was killing it on the vocals there.
Yeah.
You know, with these harmonies, fantastic.
You know, when I was 20 years old and I started playing with the Profile reggae bands, I remember we would play, like, for example, at Club Getaway in Kent. Maybe you know it because you used to live in Kent.
I went to school there. Yeah, I went to high school. We didn't get to go to the adult summer camp. We didn't get to go to that. We were kids. Yeah. So.
Well, I remember playing there with them, and I don't know, like, it was just always had this feeling like we were in a pendulum. And you know how a pendulum sort of stops at the top and, like, you know, like right on the downbeat, like all of a sudden. My dad came in and he saw us one time, I don't know, in Westport. And I remember he came up to me afterwards. And my dad's a musician, and, you know, he's he plays with a big band. And he said, yeah, you know what's really interesting, this music, it's like it's going, and then all of a sudden on the downbeat, there's like no noise. All of a sudden there's no noise. And I was like, yeah, that's how it feels. It's like the pendulum stops for a second there, and there's like
that's a good metaphor.
I feel like it's really reggae because it's got that like moment of
the nature of the beast. The nature of the beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And by the way, your dad used to play with Sonny Carroll Orchestra.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Sonny Carroll died last week, I think it was, this week.
Oh,
and at 100 years old, right?
100 years old. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sonny Carroll was, I did not know him well. You probably knew him way better than me, but I met him several times. I used to go and watch them. It was like open rehearsals, like they had at a wedding hall or something, and you'd walk in the door and there'd be this big band playing, you know, arrangements of jazz standards. And it was really charming and wonderful. And they had dance clubs would come in and do swing dancing and dancing to this music. It was very charming and old world. And there's Sonny Carroll, and he was this little guy, right? How tall was he?
Oh, he was a little guy.
5 feet tall, 5'2", right?
Something like that.
And he would come out, and this was 20 years ago, and he was 80, right? Or 15 years ago, he was 85. And he would come out, and he had his little baton, and he had his chart book, which was like, he wrote and arranged hundreds of charts, right?
Yes. Oh, I think there were, I don't know, it was 1,020 or 2020.
Right. Like a giant number of charts. And he had these thick books, and he had these stands as the Sonny Carroll Orchestra, like in the olden days. And he would come out and he would stand right in front of the band, and he'd be like conducting the band like this, like very like stiff.
And he would carry all that stuff too, like all of those stands for each player and the music books and everything. And yeah, he was tough. A lot of times the guys would help pack up at the end, but I think most of the time bringing everything, he loaded up the car himself to the end. We played the last gig in February just before the lockdown. And yeah, I think he was carrying everything right up.
Sonny Carroll. I don't know. Do you think anybody will keep that going?
I hope so.
I hope so as well. I mean, it was definitely something from another era. And when we all come back, it'd be nice to see Sonny Carroll Orchestra. Joe Mayo played with them. I recognized a whole bunch of people in that orchestra. Your dad plays a trombone, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But like not a regular trombone. He plays a trombone with valves, right?
No.
Oh, wow. No.
Slide trombone.
I'd never even seen that. They have a trombone. I think it has valves and a slide.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
some of them
I don't
do.
know. I guess maybe. But yeah, I know
they
the
do.
trombone with the valves.
It goes lower when you have the valve. you can play down lower.
So it's like an octave.
Because it's an extra tube. Yeah, something like
God.
Chris Brubeck played with us. Chris played one of those.
What's that?
Chris Brubeck played with us, and Chris played one of those. Really good sounds, too.
Oh yeah, I saw him last summer in Wilton at the Jazz Symposium.
Yeah, so I wanted to put a shout out to Sonny Carroll, who had another name. That was his stage name. What was his real name?
Angelo Testanero.
Angelo Testanero, that's right. And Sonny Carroll, and I mean, what a class act. Go look up Sonny Carroll Orchestra. I'm sure there's videos on YouTube and such. Maybe I'll play one on the show.
You know, my dad was always playing music when I was growing up. I think I remember when I was about 6 years old. My dad used to play in the Air Force Band, and he picked his trombone back up when I was, 6 or 7, and started playing with a few different bands, including with Angelo. And I don't know when he. Anyway, so I also was into music growing up. Obviously, it was really important to me. And as an adult, I was playing out a lot. And I was like, my dad, he comes to some gigs, but not a lot of gigs. Why doesn't my dad come to more gigs? And I was like, when was the last time I went to one of my dad's gigs? And so I just started going to see my dad play, because he played at Tuxedo Junction and he played at Molly Darcy's for a long time. And I would just go once in a while. So I started going frequently when he was playing in that place that it sounds like you were talking about, Sportino's. And it was a ballroom. It was beautiful, and it had a dance stage,
Nice.
and there were a lot of great swing dancers that would go. And and so I decided to learn how to swing dance, and then I remember my friend Stephen and Alex, I used to always see there, said to me one day, if you want, I could get you in with this band if you want to sing with them. And I was like, my dad's in the band. Like, I don't need anybody to get me in with this band. And so when I took to Angelo, and I got to sing at the next concert, and that's how it all worked out. But I just thought that was funny, because I was like, when is my dad going to come to more of my gigs? And I was like, maybe I should start going to my dad's gigs. It goes both ways,
Exactly. And it'd be super cool. Like you see how many people? 22, 23 people in that orchestra, right?
Yeah.
And what a production to make that all happen. And, he ran it like a tight ship, that guy. And Sonny Carroll said, well, I'm going to see if I can get a video going. But in the meantime, I want to play our next video from Last Minute Productions. What do we have, Michael?
We got Led Zeppelin. You're going to like this one.
Yeah, you're going to like this. So Led Zeppelin... All right, let's be straight about Led Zeppelin. I think I told you this in the beginning, but I sort of softened it, right? I was not a Led Zeppelin fan when I was younger, right? And as I remember it, I grew up in Europe partly, and I came back to America, and Led Zeppelin was all the rage, right? And this was in the late 70s, right? They were big in the late 70s, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I came back, but I didn't have a group of friends that was listening to this. I was listening to ABBA, and I was in Switzerland and Austria. I was listening to ABBA, and I was listening to The Night Chicago Died, and I was not a bad boy when it came. I played accordion, for crying out loud, and so
Paper Lace.
Oh my God! And so there's these kind of bad boys doing sex music, and that was Led Zeppelin. And it was like, I was 10, 11 years old, and I couldn't quite do it, they were too evil. They were like the devil's music to me,
Oh no, ABBA is your influence. Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, really.
Right, like I'm listening to Fernando, right?
And you're like, what is squeeze my lemon till the juice drips down my leg? What is that?
I couldn't do it. I was like I can't even do it now. I'm like, oh my God. So when you said we're doing Zeppelin, I never played in a Zeppelin band. I never played Zeppelin, and it's very technical. It's almost like classical music in a way. It's very technical how it works, and but I had a good time playing on it, trying to figure out what I'm going to do in Led Zeppelin, and so I enjoyed
crazy music for you was like Air Supply.
Oh yeah, Air Supply. That's the devil's music right there.
ABBA to Air Supply. Yeah, that's about it.
Oh my God. So yeah, so we had a good time. So Michael, who's in this video?
So let's see. So it's me, you, and you know, it's so funny. My brain is like I'm just freezing here. Who else is in the video?
All right. Who's singing?
Heidi Garcia.
Right. Okay, Heidi. Right. Not
Heidi.
Holly. We have Heidi and Holly doing videos with us.
Right. Heidi is singing, and then who was playing guitar?
That guy from Brooklyn. What's his name? Right?
No,
Wasn't he playing
Caesar.
guitar?
Right. Caesar. Okay, so Caesar's on guitar. We're doing so many videos that like my instant recall is down the toilet. Right?
And it's Nick Troutman on the bass guitar.
Right, Nick Troutman on bass. Yeah, that's it.
Good stuff.
Sorry.
That's really funny. It's really funny. All right, here we go. Here it is, the world premiere, Over the Hills and Far Away.
Hey lady, got the love I need. Maybe more than enough. Oh darling, walk a while with me. Oh, you got so much, so much, so much. Many times been bitten, many times I've gazed along the open road. Many times I've lied, many times I've listened, many times I've wondered how much there is to know. Many dreams come true, some have silver linings. I live for my dream and a pocket full of gold. Now is the man knows what he's been missing. Many men can see my open road. Heavy is the way that only leads you guessing about a thing really ought to know. Really ought to know. Really ought to know. Oh, you ought to, you know.
There it is.
Wow. That killed. Oh, great. That killed.
Thank
I had a
you.
great time participating in that.
Really?
Everybody had their tracks done.
Yeah, boy.
Michael
boys,
was sending
nice
the
job.
videos around. Everything's done, and there's like this hole where I was supposed to be, and I was like, I have no idea what I'm going to play. There's no organ in.
Yeah, but that was cool. I've never heard that kind of B3 organ sound in that song before. That fit like a glove.
Thank
that
you.
was cool.
I just like went back to what I know, like the Hammond organ or whatever. There was kind of a cool moment there, and I got my little tiny keyboard, which looks like a melodica.
You're out.
This
Ed, you're
one, right? My littlest little like backpack keyboard, and
size doesn't matter. It's
size
okay.
doesn't matter exactly. And
Oh,
I've been told that my whole life. So,
Hey, Ed,
What?
look at this.
Whoa! Oh my! Is that a Casio?
Yeah.
Nice.
I had one of those. That's awesome.
Oh, there it is.
What is it? An SK something, right?
It's the Casio Tone. Casio Tone.
And it
It's
has
the-
no tone.
It's the tone series.
It has
Ooh.
no tone, ironically.
This has like the beat, a little drum beat that like has been used in like so many songs. It's bum bum ticka dum dum.
There you go.
That's great. Those are great. I have a
Do
couple
that
of
again,
those.
Mike. Do that again. Boom, boom, chicka, boom. There you go. There you go. See, you want to do it vocally like that. You want to put that in there.
Yeah.
We
But
could all get together.
when I saw you playing that keyboard, I was like, what is that? It's so small. And you were getting like the Hammond organ sound on it. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, so back in the way olden days of the jam, when I used to do a jam at Georgetown Saloon, I built, I got an antique Italian lead organ, which was like.
Can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me?
No, I can hear him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we
So
can hear you.
I thought somebody said I can't
Can't
hear
hear a
you.
word he's saying.
There you go. So it was an Italian lead organ made of wood, and I got it, and it was beautiful and varnished with gold curly cues on it and whatever. And I put a 2-octave MIDI controller into it and took all the guts out. In those days, I put a micro PC inside of it with software and a touch screen that came out on a tray. I still have this thing, right?
I'm scared. Yeah.
And I used to play it at the Georgetown Saloon, and it is like the biggest, baddest Hammond organ there is in this little tiny antique wooden package, and people's mind would be blown by this.
Is that what you played on this track?
No. Nowadays you have computer software that imitates all the great old instruments, does a great job, and you don't have to carry an 800-pound Hammond organ around.
Yeah,
But that keyboard, that little, I'll bring it, put it on the show one of these days. It was really cool, and it was also wireless. So in those days, so what I could do was I could get my wireless receiver, and I could walk up to the sound man, and I could say, plug this in, plug this wireless receiver in. Like, imagine that this is the wireless receiver. I could be like, and he would like plug it into the board, like that, right? And then I could go back and go on stage.
You can all hear him?
What's that?
Yeah. Can you hear us, Billy?
Billy
I can hear all of you. I can't hear
Billy.
what he's saying. I can hear all of you.
No, that's a bug on
Bill,
me.
can you hear me?
Don't worry,
So
Billy.
Billy,
Yeah, I can hear everybody.
press Ed's picture, and there'll be a pop-up say fix, and it says fix the sound. No, that's what I do.
I can't hear
It works. So Ed, I just want to say, with the Hammond organs, I walked into Ray Castaldi's house once. He plays on some of these sometimes, and I think the first time I walked in, he had like a broken down Hammond organ in every room in the house. Well, I'm exaggerating. He had 3 of them. I think one of them worked, right? And there was one in the living room. There was one in the basement. They were all over.
No, that's the
and
problem.
You can't
You
move
become-
them by
First
yourself.
of all,
You have to have 2 people at least.
Hammond organs, any kind of antique organs, and accordions. I'm a hoarder, clearly, because I've got
and the Leslies.
And the Leslies. I've got a 900 Leslie. I got a 147. I got a one. It's like, I don't even know where they are anymore. I have Hammond organs on loan at people's houses. Like,
Does anybody on here know the name Michael Gurge?
Yeah, he's terrific.
He's amazing. He showed up on I had a Craigslist ad 8 years ago. Put a band together, blah blah blah. He showed up and loaded in a B3 plus the Leslie, and he played that thing like a motherfucker. I was blown just for let's see if we can form a band thing, which of course never happened. But I was very impressed. The sound was mind blowing. The sound of and he apparently, I have no reason to doubt the guy. Greg Allman left it, I think, at the Beacon for like a year or 2 years, and they wanted to get rid of it, and he came and picked it up from there.
I've got a Hammond organ story. Just a quick one.
Right.
So when I went to college, one of my apartment mates was the nephew of Felix Cavalieri, who it was the keyboardist in Young Rascals.
Mm-hmm.
And
my buddy
Felix Cavalieri gave his nephew his Hammond organ. It was the real full one with the Leslie speaker that was on the recording of Good Love. Good Love, on the actual recording.
You can send the kids to college with that.
Yeah. So my friend, it was his nephew. We had this Hammond organ with the Leslie in our apartment in college, and we were in a band together called Free Beer. The name of the band was Free Beer, and which is a great name if you're in college.
Nobody book them though.
You put up a poster that says free beer and everybody comes.
Right.
So,
yeah.
But but like we had this Hammond organ in our apartment. So when he would be fixing it, like the whole like living room turned into like a mechanic shop. It was like there was soldering irons and like there was all these things. He was fixing a car or something,
Yeah, no, it's worse than that. Every Hammond organ, if you take the lid off a Hammond organ, the back and the lid off, every note has 9 wires connected to it.
Jesus Christ.
Every key has 9 wires, and the wires go to these like rotating discs that are on this long shaft that looks like a jet engine, and it actually has a system for delivering oil to the discs as they spin, and you have to buy Hammond oil, special kind of oil that you put in these little cups, and they run through gravity down, and they oil the I swear to God, and they oil the bearings, and then so if you have a note and you press the note down and you're like, I can hear 8 harmonics, but I can't hear that 5/3 harmonic. Then you have to go find the wire, and it looks like there'll be a mouse living in the wires, and you'll be like, "Can I get in here to like solder that one wire next to your nest here?"
The way you describe it physically, do you remember in World War II there was this thing called the Enigma machine?
It's worse.
Which was the code solving thing for the Nazi. That's what it sounds.
It is absolutely worse.
As much as I love the sound when we entered the organ, went to Billy and the Showman. The bad thing that I hated was as soon as we got the organ and 2 Leslies, all the gigs were on the 2nd floor. We turned into movie nights instead of musicians. Everything was on the 2nd floor. It was unbelievable.
And I bet the bassist had one of those 8x10 refrigerator cabinets. Yeah,
exactly.
Oh yeah, everything was dual showman cabinets with everything, and then those things. You were a moving company. That's what it was.
Right.
Right. And I'm sorry, one more thing I got to find out before you scramble the chessboard again. Who is that motherfucker on bass on that last track?
On the Zeppelin?
Yeah.
That's
Carl's son. Nick Troutman. That's Carl Troutman's son.
I don't know Nick, but as a bass player, I give him great respect.
He's great.
Really good.
And Heidi killed it on that too. I love
everybody. Oh no, I didn't mean that. I'm just being an asshole bass player. Nick is amazing. I mean, Nick's it's unbelievable. He's great. He did a great job on that.
Thanks. Yeah, that was a fun one. The weird part in there is there's this weird turnaround towards the end, where you can't quite put your finger on it, like what they're doing.
Yeah.
So, but I've always like, it's always baffled me when I listen to John Bonham playing it. But when I sat down and I like really learned this song for this video, like all he's doing is he's just playing straight through. Like he never changes like what he's doing.
Thank you for doing that, because like here's what you have to do on a collaborative video. Anybody that does them knows you have to start in the beginning, and then you get to that one moment that you're going to screw it up, and it's 2 minutes and 48 seconds into the song. And you're like, God, you bird! You hit record again, and you got to go back, and you got to play the easy part. Then
Jesus, give me a clue, Jesus.
Oh my God, I rehearsed that. I shedded that section 50 times. I must have played that part because it's unnatural where it sits, right?
Well, it's like because the drums don't ever change, but everyone else changes. Like,
Right. That was the guy's brilliance.
It like flips the beat backwards. But but everybody else is playing backwards, and the drums are just playing 2 and 4.
That's right. And thank God you did that, because I got that count. I got that drive in my head.
And
that's what got
like
me
a piece of granite through that thing. That was cool.
That's what got me through it.
I was like, use the force, Luke. Use the force.
Right. And you know what?
It worked.
Let me tell you something. Randy Soda's a great bass player, but Nick Troutman is the Terminator. Like, that guy doesn't miss a nuance, right?
No, I was listening.
But I watched very carefully in the studio, full screen, and I watched Nick Troutman get to that place where he had to play that turnaround, and he's like, oh, God, I saw the fear in his eyes for like the 8th note. It was an 8th note of fear, right? I watched Caesar kind of go, I'm just going to get through it somehow, you know?
Caesar like did this incredible thing. Like he used the acoustic guitar and the electric, and then he edited his own video together. Like, so when I got his video, he was outside, like in this beautiful, like at the beginning of the song, like he's standing outside on the grass, like with the sun shining, and then he's in the house, like, and then he's outside, you know. And his guitar just sounded beautiful.
It was great. All you guys, and by the way, I don't want to give short shrift to the vocal because to imitate Plant is different, and I think Plant sounds so good when sung by a girl. It's better. It's so much better.
Oh yeah. It's a whole different.
Yeah, Heidi is an amazing singer, and like
great.
Just so she captured it. And she also gave it her own. It's interesting because I played in a band with Heidi for like 6 years, like back in the 90s. And when she did this track, like I could hear a lot of like nuanced little things that she are like hers. They're like just her style, but she was able to bring her style into Robert Plant.
And for a girl, you know, when a guy has to sing that, you know, he's going to strain to hit those high notes. That's like mid-range for a girl singer. She's like, I can go.
That's what I was going to say.
You hit that note. That's fine.
A female vocalist can get those notes. There's 2 reasons that men cannot hit those notes.
Absolutely.
You know, and they're called testicles. There's 2 reasons.
Yeah, I need vice
What makes them so
vice
smart?
grips to get up that high.
That's right. You're like, yeah! Like, what the hell's happening? Hey, Hector.
Hector!
Hi, how you doing, Ed? How's everybody doing? Good to see you. Hi, Karen, Winston, Dennis, Billy, Danielle.
Hector.
Anyway, that was a load of it. Hey, Danielle, you feel like entertaining the rabble? You always get sucked into 10 people in the studio.
Come on, Danielle.
For us.
Yeah, it's a treat.
You like have a studio audience sitting here, you know? I don't know.
Yeah,
you know
really.
You know what I thought they should do? All right, listen. Are there any sports fans here? Yeah? Nobody else?
Yeah.
Nobody. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down on are you a sports fan? Maybe down. Oh my God, this is the wrong crowd, right? So I'm not a sports fan. Like I grew up here, and then by the time I was getting into baseball and football, I moved to Austria, and they're like, we do soccer and we do like curling and like luge. What do I know? We do biathlon where you ski and you shoot. Like that's what they. And I come back to America, and they're like, we listen to Led Zeppelin and we do football, and I'm like, I do, like skiing and shooting, and that was going somewhere. Yeah. So here's what
I don't know. I don't know where that
idea for like Major League Baseball, right? They have more money than God, and they're like, we have to play to an empty stadium. And so what I thought was, make the fans dial in like this and put monitors in the seats so that they can look up and they can see television monitors in all the seats, and then have a really loud PA system that plays the people applauding from home.
Wow.
And they could socially get, what would that cost? Come on.
And they're basically doing
Well,
that.
they are?
With cardboard.
They have cutouts of people, and then they pump stadium noise into the park.
Oh, there you go.
And then golf is doing exactly what you said, and the NFL will likely probably do that as well.
All right, I
It's
invented
a
that.
great idea. You're just a little late.
So since you're a sports fan, who do I send the bill to?
You
I
might
want to send the
initiate
bill.
legal action on that, though.
I'm
The
sending the
NFL.
bill to somebody.
Send it to Roger Goodell.
That's
Well,
what
you
I'm
know,
doing.
they have to coordinate that stuff like you do, because I watched the boxing match the other night, and again, cardboard people for the audience. But every time a guy threw a punch, everything would go, whoa! When they do that.
Yeah, they're not
It's like everything's ruined. Like, what the
Everything's
fuck,
ruined.
man? Yeah.
We're doomed, you know.
I know. Oh, it'll come back, but for right now, every fucking thing you can think of is ruined.
So when I started doing Jam TV, I honestly
I don't want
thought
the
it was going to
fucking
be
noise.
I thought it was going to be 3 weeks or 4 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, right?
Yeah.
For like more than 3 weeks. I couldn't even imagine that, right? And so we're at 22 shows on our way to 88. We're a quarter of the way to 88 shows.
You know we're going to get there, or you're going to get there. You know you are.
88 shows. It's next year, next fall. We'll be doing it.
Absolutely. I have no doubt.
And we'll all have hair. We'll look like Cousin It. We'll be like, "Arr," you know, disaster. Oh my God.
What are you talking
Somebody's got to write a hit song called, somebody's got to write a hit song called Vaccine. And the vaccine! Somebody's got to write a hit song called Vaccine. That's
Oh my God.
Shut up, Philly. What the fuck you?
Right, exactly. This is going to be bad. We're all going to be just bad, you know. And I'm thinking about the winter time. Like right now, you at least can go outside.
Right.
You know, like in the winter when it's like
bad.
middle of January and it's like 14 degrees outside, and you're like, I've been in my house for a year. You know.
I'm looking forward to it, Ed. My hair hasn't been this long since my 20s, right?
I know, right?
So I'm going to be warm this winter with this hair.
There you go. Me too. I'm not cutting it.
I haven't cut it yet.
until the pandemic is over. You know.
I'm going to have it longer than my daughter's hair.
There you
I
go.
took a vacation from work this week, and I spent it in my house. The whole time I've just been like going through all my stuff, organizing. I did a space clearing today. As you can see, I'm wearing my space clearing.
Do you have to burn sage for that? Like,
I did sage, sandalwood. I played the flute. I played the kalimba. It's getting a little out of hand.
yeah, it's getting out of hand. So, all right, Danielle, you're on. Play us some songs. What do you got?
All right.
But wait, first. What were you doing last week that you couldn't make it on the show?
I was out drinking margaritas.
Oh. Nice. Yeah, really.
I went out and I drank a margarita last night too.
There you go.
I'll drink to that.
It was great. I went to a restaurant where they had outdoor seating, and there was a group of men, and they were talking, and they looked all chummy, and I was like, actually, like, oh, it's so beautiful. I was like so happy to see that.
No, it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
So sorry I missed it. I know I strung you along a little bit, but I'm back this week.
Good to see you. What are you going to do for us?
Well, I didn't bring my Hammond organ, so I'm going to play the guitar. And I'll do a cover and an original. There you go.
Go.
I'm going to attempt to do an Otis Redding song just because it's been stuck in my head. So bear with me, but all good.
Oh, good. Go, baby.
Yeah, go for it.
Bring it on.
Inspirational, really. Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting when you come, watching the ship roll in. Then I watch them roll away again. Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the bay, wasting time. I left my home in Georgia, headed for the Frisco Bay. I've had nothing to live for, and look like nothing's coming my way. I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Look like nothing's gonna change. Everything seems to remain the same. I can't do it the same. Yeah, sitting and resting my bones, and this loneliness won't leave me alone. It's 2,000 miles I've roamed just to make this dock my home. Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time, wasting time. I'm not gonna whistle, but
That was great.
I've been practicing that one for a little bit, so next time I do it, it'll be great.
That was awesome. I love that.
That was a nice version. Nice version of Dock of the Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks.
Good choice in songs too.
Sorry, what'd you say, Karen?
Good choice in songs too.
Yeah.
Sitting around wasting time. Sounds
Literally,
familiar.
it's all I can think of.
That's
That
for
song
sure.
really it like hits close to home, you know, during this time. So
Yeah.
as sad as that is.
Absolutely. Now an original.
And the original. This is an old one. It's called Abe. So swift is the hand that shoots down a man that rips the heart from the coals. So mean are the eyes that tell goodbyes from the mouth that was to mourn. Laughter, laughter, laughter. Bitter, bitter powder of shoes that stomp the earth. Could this baby be and of the sea as the wake of anger of rebirth? A cold called for wearing a hand meant for sharing a seat that shadowed the end. A simple word or two, a curtain I withdrew, raindrops onto the men. Laughter, laughter, laughter. Pitter, pitter, patter of shoes that stomp youth. Could this be the end of the sea as the wake of anger approaches? Oh, you really twist your leg when destruction's what you beg. The sheets of the bed running red. The clock says it ticks as the sorrow just clicks. The brave one drops his head. Laughter, laughter, laughter. Bitter, bitter patter of shoes that stomp the earth. Could this be the end of the sea as the wake of anger of rebirth?
Nice.
That one was about the assassination of Abraham Lincoln.
Of course it is.
Wow.
That makes complete sense.
What?
That makes complete sense now.
Yeah, of course.
I was thinking of doing that too. I can't believe you beat me to it.
Exactly. I know it's such a popular topic, but
I better hurry up and grab the McKinley assassination real quick.
Exactly right.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good stuff.
Cool.
So how's New
Thank
York
you.
City? I heard they sealed you guys off. You need to show your passport to get into the tunnel or something.
I wish that was true. That is false.
No, really?
They haven't really cracked down on anything. I hear the airports are pretty strict in the sense that they make you fill out a form and you get fined if you don't, but I don't know. I think they say it to scare, and they don't enforce, so.
They're not stopping anybody on the West Side Highway coming in from.
Exactly.
I go in like twice a week. So.
Oh right. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if they had to stop every car and talk to you?
That's what I'm saying.
Even for 10 seconds, it would be a traffic jam up to Kingston.
Even if they did every 10th car, it would be a nightmare. Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
It's a nightmare. Don't worry, it's a nightmare.
I think they were saying out-of-state plates too, but I don't know. I really don't think they care.
Well, I have a collection of plates that I borrowed from cars around, park and rides all around the country when I'm on my motorcycle trip. So I just, I pick the plate that's the least COVID, whatever, and I put that on, and they pay my tolls as well, which is really good. No, that doesn't happen.
Wow.
Do not come and find me. I do not do that. Oh my God.
While you're flashing an airline safety card. Yes.
Oh my God. I made all that up. I didn't do any of that.
It's much busier. There's people out
really
doing things. Yeah, there's a hit and run today, so the city's basically back to normal.
What neighborhood are you in?
Midtown East.
Okay.
Wait, back up. There was a hit and run? What are you talking about?
Yeah, there's a hit and run. I was walking my dog and a handful of fire trucks, ambulances, police cars. I guess some guy in an SUV hit a couple motorcyclists, not even motorcycles. So.
Wow. Yeah, so I actually was on Madison Avenue once. I was, where was I? I was in the 50s on Madison Avenue. And there was a crowd ready to cross the street. It was busy time, and everybody's pushing to cross the street, right? And here comes down the street a guy on rollerblades, right? in a leotard, and he's speed skating. He's doing this. He's speed skating down the thing, right? And this is a long time ago, right? And he's inline skates, and he's cruising down Madison Avenue. And a taxi, there's people on the sidewalk the entire length. There's nowhere to go. And a taxi pulls out into the intersection right in front of him.
Oh.
And there was nowhere to go. And the entire crowd went, ah! Like everybody was like, oh my God. And the guy, he was going like 60 miles an hour, this guy, like on the like speed skating. And he just leaned over and put his shoulder on the hood of the cab and rolled over the cab and kept going.
Jesus Christ. Wow.
Oh my God.
I'll never forget it in my life. And the crowd was like, yeah, go, yeah.
If only there was YouTube back then.
That's
my
New York,
God.
man. That's New York.
Pretty wild. So we got Hector. Look at Hector.
Hector.
How you doing?
How's it going?
Doing good.
Want to hear a couple of tunes?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah,
What
I got a couple
are you
of
going to do for us?
tunes that I want to share with you guys. I have Roy Orbison songs that you've probably never even heard of, but I like.
All right.
And I'm going to fish them out of the archives. I used to play these for a while.
Let's go fishing.
That sounds great. Where's your guitar? Where are we? Are we in your bedroom? Where are we here?
Yeah, that's my air-conditioned bedroom. Anyway, the first one is a Roy Orbison song called California Blue. Working all day and the sun don't shine, trying to get by, and I'm just killing time. I feel the rain for the whole night through, far away from you, California blue, California blue, dreaming all alone, nothing else will do, California blue. Every day I pray I'll be on my way, saving love for you, California blue. One sunny day I'll get back again, somehow, some way, but I don't know when. California blue, California blue, living my life with you on my mind, thinking of things that I left far behind. It's been so long, doing all I can do to get back to you, California blue, California blue, dreaming all alone, nothing else to do, California blue. Every day I pray I'll be on my way, saving love for you, California blue. One sunny day I'll get back again, somehow, some way, but I don't know when. California blue, California blue, still missing you, California blue, still missing you, California.
missing you, California blue.
Nice.
It's a little.
Yes.
Who's doing it?
That was fucking fun, man.
It's on Mystery Girl. There's another one. And this is called The Only One. Everyone here knows been through it. You bite the bullet and you chew it. Stand not at the end of your road. Buy a book to help you grow, but no consolation is gone. The only one. Take a look through history. Found some bits of poetry. You'll see those words still ring true. Some things don't change, but some things do. When you're the only one with a broken heart, only one who's afraid of the dark, only one in a crowded room, the only one who can see the blue moon. What you wouldn't give right now to be another face in the crowd. You're the only one who's all alone, the only one whose love is gone, the only one who's given in, the only one who'll give again, and you're the only one with a broken heart, the only one who's afraid of the dark, the only one in a crowded room, the only one who can see the moon.
Nice.
All right.
Sure.
That was nice. That sounded great. And a
Thank
passionate
you very much.
delivery.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
nice groove. Very nice groove. That was cool.
Hector, man, that was awesome.
I'm not ready to see you go. Do another one. You got another one?
Another one. Let's see.
Hey,
What do I-
Come on.
Heidi.
Well, I was gonna do a original that I haven't done for a long time. You're gonna like coax this one out of me, shit. Let's see. You look so cool. You look so hot. You said your love is what you got. Give me what you need, baby. Give me what I got. This one I can tell you that you do what you got. make a fool of what I got. Baby, 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 don't you tell me please, oh baby. I know what you need, you know what I know, baby, I know what you got. I'm gonna let the king give it to you back.
There you go. I forgot the words, and I haven't played the song for about 4 years.
That was great.
That was great.
It was.
Work on that one. I got the words written down someplace, but I lost them here, and I said, "Screw it! I'm just going to go with what I remember."
Well, you know we could tell the difference, right? Yeah.
Clearly.
It sounded great. It
I'm
sounded
about
great.
so like you fuck up the words. No one knows the words anyway.
Bingo.
There you go. There's Heidi. She finally found her way into the studio. Hey, Heidi, can you hear us?
Hi, Heidi.
Heidi.
She froze. I hear something. I think my Heidi might have her radio on. Somebody's got their radio on.
You're experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.
I only have 5% battery, so I have to say goodnight. But I had a great time hanging out, and 5% battery, and everybody.
Good to see you, Karen.
Bye, Karen.
Nice job on that tune. You did a great job.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, guys. I worked
Really
hard.
good.
Stay safe, honey.
I am going to do something in my next collaborative video to try to keep up with you. That's all I'm saying. I've already said too much.
Your next collaborative video is the one that I sent you that you're going to do together with me.
Oh, well, then not that one. I'll do that one with you. Yes, I'll have to find that file. I'm going to do that one. I'm gonna shed that one and do it. I'll play it on accordion. Did you already shoot your part on that, by the way?
I sent it to you like 2 months ago.
I know, but you didn't send me your part, did you?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I got that.
Oh, that one.
Just probably have to scroll back a little bit, but I'm sure.
I gotta scroll. There's my cat, by the way. Yeah, I gotta scroll. So yeah, great to see you, Karen.
I backed everything up, so I have to find it to resend it to you.
All right, no. I have it. I have it for sure.
Don't forget, I got your
All
number.
right, sounds good. I'll see you later. All right, so I don't know what's happening with Heidi. She looks like she's on the International Space Station.
That's true. we have to cue the 2001 music.
Exactly. Right. Oh, she disappeared. Oh my God, she disappeared. Well, I'm going to play something that she's in. So here it is.
Excellent.
With a million flowers a day. Hey, now I can hear the angels sing songs that only angels sing. He's such a heavy thing. I can feel my heart just a thumping and a skipping when I'm kissing my love. Put your foot on the rock. Put your foot on the rock and pat your foot, don't stop. Put your foot on the rock. Put your foot on the rock and pat your foot, don't stop. Put your foot on the rock. Put your foot on the rock and pat your foot, don't stop. Put your foot on the rock. Hey now, when I kiss it, my love, I feel the blood just a pumping, pumping in my veins. Hey, hey, when I kiss it, my love, he's such a tender with a strong song. Hey, hey, ooh, yeah. Bless his name now, he's so good at what he does. All I wanna do is kiss and hug. He's got me in love. I can feel my heart just a loving in the skin when I'm kissing my love. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It was fucking.
Yeah, there's Heidi.
Hey.
I know.
Hi.
Great. How fucking hot.
Oh man, I usually go on the
That was really cool, honey.
on my laptop.
Very cool.
Oh, thanks, guys. Hi, I'm sorry. I was like on the other source device that I use, and it was so scratchy and horrible. First, I couldn't get in. I was here since before the Led Zeppelin song backstage. I guess
Wow.
on an old link.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Look at all
Well, I
the
was
genius.
watching. I was
Good to see you. I'm glad we figured that
All right,
out.
thank you. I had 3 devices with me. So I had one open watching you guys, and on the other one, I was backstage thinking, I guess they can't see me. So, but
Well, it's nice to finally
doing?
meet you. I've never actually heard your voice or seen your face. I've never seen you without glasses on, and I've never seen you not in a collaborative video. Nice to see you on the show.
you too. Thank you. You know, when I wanted to join you guys, and I actually tried to get backstage when you started talking about sleep. That's how long ago. And Mike was saying how he gets up super early, and you were saying, I thought, okay, I'm glad I know, because those messages start early in the morning, right? And
Yeah.
I'm thinking,
Not mine. My
Now-
phone is off in a soundproof box. Like my phone does not do anything before noon. That's for
I'm
sure.
with you.
good
Yeah.
to know. Good to know. I just keep it on, I silence it, put it in airplane mode, and anybody can text me anytime. I'm usually up like you till about 4 or 5 in the morning, but then I'm up
That's
again in about 2 hours after that.
Right.
I'm like a total insomniac. It's pretty bad. So
But it's funny, like your phone, like you have your cell phone set. Like if I call your cell phone just straight from my cell phone,
yeah.
it automatically goes to voicemail. It's like there's no, you don't even know that like I called. Like and the only way that I can, if I want to call you and talk to you, I have to do it through like either Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp.
Right.
Oh, that's odd.
Yeah.
I guess because
Oh yeah, that I don't do that to you either, Michael. I don't see it when you call me.
yeah.
Do you call me ever? I don't know.
I'm from this like old school. I don't know what happened to everybody, but I like to pick up the phone and fucking talk to people. I like to like say hello.
I'm with you.
And everybody now,
there's no tone of voice on texting. There's no sarcasm. People don't. I'm totally with you, man.
I know.
No, there's plenty of sarcasm.
I can be really sarcastic when I'm texting. Really sarcastic.
I was going to say there's no font for sarcasm.
But it's like, there's some people that they don't want to talk. Like they just want it's like just text me or email me.
I'm like that. And Mike, I see your messages, and because I've known you for so long, and it'll say, I'm trying to call you. Call me. I need to speak to you. I feel like, oh, okay, I have to pick up the phone and call. Because other than that, like what Ed was saying, nobody even can reach me, and they're like, Heidi, I've been trying to call you, but I'm like, oh, well, just alert me, send me a text, and let me know you're trying to reach me.
But you know what's so funny? Like sometimes you'll send me when we're talking in Facebook Messenger, you'll send me like a sound file, and it will be you talking. Like you'll send me like this sound file, and I'll hit play, and it'll be like, hey, this is Heidi. I just wanted to explain like what we were talking about this other thing and the blah, blah,
But
blah.
I love that. You know where that's from? That's from Men in Black. You ever seen Men in Black, the movie? Yeah. Right? Where like the boss, whatever, he picks up the phone. If the phone is like, looks like this banana, right? It's like a curled up round thing, right? And he picks it up and he just lifts it to his head and he goes, get me a team down here right away. And he puts it back down and it takes care of it. You know, it doesn't. It's not like, hi, you've reached Michael, and I'm not in my office right now. Please leave a message. Like, oh my God, just beep already. You know,
that's exactly how I feel.
Discovery of a butterfly.
Primo número 2 para español.
Right.
Did you get to the butterfly on mine? Oh, look, a butterfly.
What about?
Can't answer the phone right now because my wife and I are really busy. Oh, look, a butterfly. That's all.
Oh yes, that's right. That's right. That's true. Oh my God. Yeah. So the problem with phones is that you're presuming that when you're on the phone that I have to give you all my attention right now, and I'm like on a screen, on an email, a thing, and then when I get off the phone call, I'm on a phone call for 15 minutes, and I'm like, hey Michael, here's how you set the EQ on the blah blah blah, right? And then I'm like, okay, good to see you. I hang up the phone, and I get like 8 text messages. Are you okay? Are you in the hospital? I haven't been able to reach you for 10 minutes. You know.
Well,
and then Michael's one of these guys that does this, right? He'll text you, and then he'll email you, and then he'll call you, and then he'll send you a text saying that he called you, and then he'll say, it's like, this guy really is trying to get me. And I'm like,
Mike, cover all the bases. That's it.
Yeah, it's like the NSA or the CIA getting a hold of you.
This is me. This is me in the morning. Okay, this is me in the morning, and I'm like, oh God, oh, it's Michael. Oh shit. Snooze. Oh shit. Oh my God,
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah, it's true. So the telephone. I miss the telephone. I miss having long telephone conversations with people.
I actually do, but I've learned you have to set them up. So it's like, want to chat? I'll do a text. Want to chat? Or if it's something involved, to be like, I'm too lazy to type all this. Let me know when we can talk live. And then you're fine. Hey, you got to go take a pee. You want to get something to drink. Blah, blah, blah. Now I'm ready to talk to you and focus on you for 15 minutes.
And they're like, sorry, I'm asleep now. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's where the audio is great, though. If you don't have the energy to type it out, my sister and I do this all the time.
Right.
It'll be like a 15-minute audio. So listen, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And the other thing is you get to say it without the person arguing, and
perfect.
saying, I don't agree.
And what I said before, you can get tone of voice and pick up sarcasm and hear a laugh, or you can hear when you're pissing someone off. It's good.
Yeah.
I'm still back in the 1980s when people like picked up the phone, and like
I'm with you, bro.
They didn't like warn you that they wanted to call. Like, can I schedule to call you?
But you have to these days, otherwise, if you don't set it up first, no one will pick up the call.
It's funny, but I do. I'll send a text out saying, when are you available to talk on the phone? And then, sometimes they'll be like, oh, right now. Okay.
No, but whenever
But usually not.
we're usually Heidi, Heidi and I have like long conversations on the phone sometimes, right? Like
Yeah, but we still have to search for each other first.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
you send me a bunch of things to find me. You're like, oh, where are you? I've been trying to call you. I've messaged you. I said this, I said that, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Okay, and then I call you right away.
At least on the phone you're communicating, as opposed to fucking typing all that and then fixing the bad autocorrect that's correcting you to something you didn't fucking mean to begin
Yeah,
with.
I
dictate to my
my
phone.
sister does that.
I've always wondered about Ed. I've always wondered about that because, like,
we've all wondered about it.
sometimes you're on the Segway with the tuba.
Absolutely.
And you'll send me like a 5-paragraph like thing, like a very detailed like thing, and I'm like, how did he type that out?
Because it occurs to me, I'm riding the Segway down some road, and it occurs to me that I've got to do that. And so I get off Facebook Live, which I'm doing usually, and I'm like, okay, Michael, here's what we do, and we got to send this thing, and the track has to be blah, blah, make sure the level doesn't, blah, 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 and then I hit send, and then I go back on Facebook Live.
Oh.
This is my crazy life, you know?
And then by the time Siri translates that, Mike is like, why do you want me to get 3 goats and a chicken? What?
Right, exactly. Exactly. All right, I'm going to play a video so that we can see, because Randy, you've had a power failure. How many days were you out of power?
7 days.
7 days. So you've got no product. Your
I got
pipeline,
nothing, man.
your
I can send it to
pipeline
the archive.
dried up in those 7 days, you know? Michael and I have been working through power failures. We've been working through. I was doing a final mix, and my power went out for an evening, and for like 6 hours, and I got the mix done on batteries. You know. So here, I'm going to play one of your things. I really like this video of yours, and I never even knew this existed, but here it is.
Sometimes our lives just don't make sense. Living in the present tense, ain't just through circumstance. Hasn't a game a chance. I forgotten past. What's important one often doesn't last. I forgotten past. What's important one seldom seems to last. From long ago, we treat that like a TV show. Cut off from our history, everything's a mystery. Why must life always make sense? Living in the present tense. Grab a pop or stop and dance. Never in your second chance. The fading of a memory. I'm losing Mr. Hazy, Africa, it slips away. It cannot stay like this, forever. I've forgotten past. What's important once often doesn't last. I've forgotten past. What's important once seldom seems to last. Hold on to our fine style. Don't let the sweet taste turn us out. Cultivate a fond regret for others we just can't forget. Present is its own reward. Always going overboard. Changing just through circumstance. Players in a game of chance. Fading of a memory, I'm losing touch, I lose so much. To Mr. Hazy, Africa, it's no way, it cannot stay like this, forever.
There you go. There you go.
There you go. You got built-in
Well done, Randy.
applause and everything on that.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, I didn't fix my hair from that last gag where I was like sleeping on the pillow. Like, oh my God, could have used the break.
It's
To do that.
You look exquisite.
Like COVID-19 hair, you know. Exactly. So I
Everybody's
normally,
got COVID hair.
Heidi's never been on the show. She doesn't know that I do this. So we have a friend, Steve Wexler. This is for Heidi's benefit, and everybody knows that we have Steve Wexler, and I always play this clip, but I'm only going to play a second of this clip now, and I've got another clip of Steve Wexler and a cool thing that I want to tell you about in a second. Watch a second of So that's Steve Wexler, our very good friend, our fallen comrade. He passed away, unfortunately, earlier this year. And we miss him. He was like a fixture around the jam. He was loud and obnoxious and in your face, but a sweet guy. And like he was everything across the spectrum of like from the greatest guy to the biggest pain in the ass at the same time, you know? Let's see what's. But I did find this. This is from the olden day. I don't know if you're in this, Randy. You might not be in this, but this is from the olden days where we used to jam at a place called the Cobb's Mill Inn, which was I felt like the Great Gatsby. Like, come to my mansion. Come to my mansion on the lake, and we will play music. Like
it was the waterfall. Yes,
they should never have allowed us to be in there. Like there was no way.
Fun. It was so fun.
But somehow they liked what I was doing and me and the people and whatever. And we used to have a blast in this place. Snowstorms. It'd be a foot of snow coming down. We'd be like jamming, people slipping off in the ditch, you know. And craziness. So I'm going to see if I can make this happen right now. Let me see. There's the Cobb's Mill Inn. Where is it? Oh, I deleted it. Oh my God. All right. So hold on. So here's what I'm going to do. It's late at night. I'm eating celery, and we're just gonna. Here we go. I'm gonna go back to it. I'm gonna zoom in.
Let's go. In there.
I gotta go figure out how to share this now. Hold on.
Oh, that's good.
Here we go. Come on, bear with me here.
Oh no, it's just funny. Oops, I deleted it.
Screen share. Early in the show, I'm like, oh, I gotta get all the buttons pushed exactly right.
Like
Now I'm
Siri,
like, whatever.
Siri had some judgment. She's like,
here we go.
I'm throwing this in the recycle bin.
Here we go. Who we got? We got Pierre Gerton. I got Chris Owen.
It's not me on bass because he's standing up. I always sit.
It's AJ. It's John LaCava on guitar.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Steve Wexler. Pierre.
Is that Konya?
That is. Oh, it could be. No, it's AJ's friend, Mike, whose name I can't pronounce. Mondiuli or something like that. Yep. I'm playing the organ. That's AJ switching microphones to find the best sounding one. Like walking around the stage finding the good mic.
That's funny. Shit. Is that Steve?
That's Steve Wexler on the drums. There's Dougie. Who's this guy?
Oh, yeah. I can't remember his name. He used to come around. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not Robbie Dog, is it? Robbie?
I can't remember, Ed. He would come in occasionally, but he always played very well and he played very clean.
There's Dougie.
Yeah. I bet this is a long file.
There were no rules on who could play, so it was like 6 guitar players up there. It was insanity.
6 guitars and a bass. Like, what are the odds that 40 strings will be in tune?
Oh my God, yeah.
He's bringing it. He's spotting through.
Scotty, there's Scotty.
Oh, yeah.
I'm discovering new people. Chris Owen is like, screw this. There's more than 2 guitars. I'm out of here. He walked off the stage.
He's probably right.
It's just nice for me to hear Steve play the drums, you know?
Totally. Absolutely. He's being a good boy on this track, by the way.
Right. He's behaving a little bit. It was loud, though.
Yep, he's being a good boy. He's bringing his skill, but he's behaving. He's right on it.
What's happening?
Many things. Everybody held it together. That's cool.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Will they make the change? Yes, they did it.
Follow the singer, right?
Yeah, like we always did that.
Well, we tried. Whenever I got lost, follow the singer.
So when do you think this was? This must have been 8, 9 years. That's John Konya on the piano.
Oh, is it? No shit.
That's John Konya playing the piano. Yeah.
John. That's great.
Oh my God, it goes on forever and ever.
I was going to say, I thought it would be a big file. Yeah.
No, it goes on forever and ever and ever. It just never stopped. But I found the reason I found this is I'm going through my archives. You know this, Randy. I film every show, and so I have 1,500 shows over the last 10 years that are in my archives. I got boxes and boxes of hard drives from the olden days when you used to do that. And I'm going through them all. So what I'm doing, I'm finding places where Steve Wexler was just messing around on the drums. you know, like just playing a beat or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm pulling them into my software and I'm snipping them out and I'm making loops out of them all.
That's hilarious.
So last night I was having a jam session here in my kitchen with Steve Wexler rocking out. I had a bass player and whatever. So I'm actually going to work up some collaborative video with Steve, a posthumous, collaborative video.
Heidi, did you ever know this guy?
Steve?
No.
Yeah.
No, but
Heidi lives in Texas. She doesn't know.
I didn't know that. I'm sorry, Heidi.
Well, no, that's okay. I'm from New York.
He was a local guy who had a real New York accent from Long Island, and all of us have the same story about how we first met this guy, Steve. It was basically based on an altercation of some sort.
Yes,
not a violent one, but like, oh yeah, what are you going to do about it? That kind of stuff.
That's right.
But we all totally turned out to love the guy, embraced his over-the-top character, his New Yorkishness, all that shit. And he fought a good battle against cancer and won. And then later on, the battle came back and it took him. And he was just but he was a ball-busting, fun, cool guy.
That's absolutely true. But I'll tell you, there were a dozen occasions when like Billy or AJ or Konya or me or somebody would be like throwing him out, like yelling and screaming. Like
I did it. Steve, you're fucking killing me here, man. You're playing great, but turn it the fuck down.
Yeah, he played so loud. He had a way of hitting that snare drum that it's my snare drum, for crying out loud. Like he had a way of hitting that snare drum.
It was like a prison rape.
It was like a rifle going off. It was like a shooting. It was insane. I don't know how he did that. Wow. And after a while, you're like I literally, my audiologist is like, do you play with Steve Wexler? Because your ears are really not good.
All right, so hold on. Now this is new information. Heidi, where are you in Texas?
I don't know if you would know Colleyville. Do you know Grapevine, where the airport is, which is DFW area?
Oh, I know DFW well. Yeah.
City right next to that. I don't know if you know.
Well, I was raised by two Texans, one from Waco and one from Houston.
Oh.
But I'm a Connecticut Yankee. But I was raised by Texans, and then when in my corporate life, I had many clients at DFW. I was flying in there all the goddamn time.
I'm about 2 hours away from Waco. I'm about 25 minutes away from Fort Worth.
Okay.
And 25 minutes away from Dallas. I'm right in the middle.
Yeah, you really are.
I've only been here 4 years. I'm from New York, born and raised in New York City, but people don't think that of me.
How is it?
How's Texas?
How is it?
Very, very hot right now. Like tomorrow, it's supposed to be 104.
No, I mean, like, if you're a New Yorker transplanted.
Yeah, no, I was just being literal about it. It's just hot.
How is it?
I find that it's not what people think in New York. It's not at all what people think. It's full of transplants.
Yeah.
It's very, very modern way of life. Not maybe all the mentality of every person, but very progressive when it comes to architecture, the way people furnish their homes. I mean, Whole Foods is from Texas. Most people don't realize. They think it's California. It's from Austin. It's got that vibe. There's a lot of like green building, and you look at a house and it's all just set up for green living. And
nice.
It's nice, and there's so much to do. There are a lot of bands playing out here. There's another area here called Denton, and they call that like the original music factory area. It's a college town, and there's a lot of original bands there, and there's like a music scene. But it's nice, but family, friends, they're not here. So
it's different. Because of my parents and all my relatives are in Texas, I'm always defending the South and defending Texas. Like, not so fast. There's some really cool people down there. I'm telling you.
I'm always telling people that. Now that I live here, I'm like, it's not what you think. Everybody's expecting, closed-minded, nothing but cowboy hats.
But we have those stereotypes up here in Connecticut, and they're in Pennsylvania too. So that's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably one of
Yeah.
All right, you two. That is a 4-hour show on GMTV. I don't know how we get through 4 hours every week.
Because you have a big mouth like me on.
That's true. Exactly. That's how it goes. Heidi, great to have you on the show.
You're a
Great
good
to see you.
conversationalist. Thank you.
Great
Thank
show,
you for
Ed.
everything
Really
you
great
do.
show, Ed. Really looking forward to the collaboration that Heidi and I are doing next. That's going to be a lot of fun.
All right. I'll come back with some fresh material.
Fantastic. Good to see you both.
Thank you.
Bye,
Great to see you on Jam TV. Contribute on Venmo and on PayPal, and show me the money. And good to see you all. I can't believe that we are still at this 22 shows into this, and working our way up to 88. We're a quarter of the way to 88, our second double-digit show. It was really great to have everybody on the show tonight. Lots of fun, lots of craziness, and thanks everybody. I will see you all soon from Jam TV. Good night.